listening to the Hanging from the Rafters podcast.
I dislike it on a personal level.
I dislike it extremely. I don't
much
hate
more
it,
then.
but I dislike it to the point where if you don't stop, I may hit you.
With Chris Rafter,
Smells like Bigfoot's dick.
Why don't you go back to fucking France or wherever the hell you're from?
Pull it out. Let's see it. What are we even fucking doing here?
Austin Rafter,
I can't believe what's happening to me. You ain't going nowhere. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
Bryce Silver,
Gonorrhea syphilitis. I got it from this one tramp that I was with. Come on, you idiot. You gotta. What do you mean? Anyway, brother, here's Wonderwall.
and Tim Morris.
Do you think the mimes actually stab people, or do you think they just mime it? Jamie, can you pull up a video of somebody's head being crushed by sonar? That'd be great.
Well, pitter patter, let's get at her.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Back.
Hey, we're back.
But that
here.
gay conversion therapy, like, so you have someone, you got Mike Pence,
Yeah.
who has like tried to get money for gay conversion
for
therapy.
federally funded gay conversion therapy.
I don't know. I think it was for the state. I think it was for
Oh,
Wisconsin.
state-funded?
I think it was
Wait,
while he was
what
governor.
was he before he was
Governor
VP?
of
He was governor of Wisconsin? Oh.
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
He
and
wants those
and
state
I get
rights.
it. You know, guy's got Christian values, doesn't like gay people all that much. Like, you know,
Crazy Christian values.
you know, that is a little bit extreme for my kind of Christianity, but you know, I know some people, and it's funny because I know a guy on my Facebook posts who will like post stuff. There was this one. It was like gay girl, good God, is what her like story was called. Look this shit up. It's ridiculous,
Gay
dude.
girl,
It's
good
ostensibly if she is gonna stay the course and be straight for the rest of her life. She went through gay conversion therapy and it succeeded.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what happened, she was straight the whole time. I
Yeah.
honestly believe that.
Yeah, you were
Yeah,
just saying-
honest. Yes.
That's at the same. That's that whole sexual fluidity thing. Is that like if you even ask yourself the question, it doesn't necessarily mean you're gay. It just means that you're trying to figure out your life or trying to figure out what kind of person you want to be. And that's where a lot of people, a lot of people say like consider everyone bisexual because anyone which I've heard like claims that which kind of makes sense that people are like, you know, anyone here 100% straight.
No.
And people try to tell themselves
Like
yeah,
the
you
Ron
are,
White joke.
but you're not.
There's a
You're
fucking
not.
spectrum. There really is. Like, how straight are you, really? You watch porn with a guy giving it to a girl? Well, you're watching a dick.
Yeah,
Just
the
so you
Ron
know.
White joke is the best one.
Sick.
You like a little tiny cock or?
Or you like a big
Hey,
cock.
a big hard throb. Oh my
I
God.
did not know that about myself. You got rid of the delay.
You did.
It's a different thing.
By the way, this
Damn
is
it.
the
I
time of the
was-
show where we talk about how there's no delay
Now
for
I
the
can't
first
like-
time.
Oh shit!
I was
Yeah,
hoping.
yeah.
I was
No
hoping
delay. We
the-
go like this, and you see it
You know what's
immediately.
funny is I was originally hoping the lack of delay would make us not have to reference the delay.
I did
But
that on purpose because
it's
I was
the first
listening.
time-
I was listening to the last episode
He's-
and
his-
the episode before that and the ones before that, and we always make a mention of this is the part of the show where we talk about the fucking
Yeah.
delay.
Where we watch
And
ourselves.
Bert fell right into the trap because it had been his first time doing it too. He fell right into the trap. It was so.
That's
So I
right.
figured that since there's no delay and I was noticing it,
I've just
we'd
learned-
address it not having a delay.
I'd
Yeah,
rather
put
actually
your
watch
dress on.
myself do what I had previously
I've,
done.
I've learned to avoid watching it because I feel like an asshole the whole time.
Well, yeah, because then you're just superficial.
You're
You're just
an-
watching
well,
yourself.
yeah.
mainly
Think
because you're an
about it.
asshole.
Are you looking at other people or are you watching yourself?
It's like
watching yourself.
It's like Googling yourself. Have you guys ever Googled
No.
yourself? I've never done that.
I
Yeah,
Googled
it just links
myself.
to my LinkedIn or my Facebook.
I
or
Google
whatever.
myself, and when I do, it's like I'm not really concerned about my sexuality. Like you said, the fluidity, the spectrum you guys were talking about a minute ago.
From Googling yourself?
Yeah, well, I know it's when you like.
See a lot of gay
Gay,
Bryce Silvers.
so
gay,
wait.
gay googling yourself.
Wait,
Gay Googling.
what do you
Gay
think?
Bryce.
What do you think Googling is?
You
then?
Google your name.
When you go,
Yeah.
you go look up.
My
some
mom says if
porn,
I keep
and then you
googling,
Google
I'm gonna go blind.
Yeah,
That's
what.
masturbating.
Oh,
So
There's a difference.
That was the
between
joke,
Googling
Ted.
And
No wonder masturbating.com yielded so many strange results. It's not a search engine, guys.
I get
Not anymore.
What the hell, man?
Gay Girl, Good God. We want to shout this one out. It's a great book. You should read it. Only reason why is because it's fucking ridiculous. But
What is
yeah.
it? What is
'Cause
it
you're gay.
about?
It's
Conversion
about a
therapy.
gay conversion therapy that this black gal went through, and like she has kids now and a husband and is very happy, and it's like Like we were saying, it's like, dude, she was straight the whole time. She just,
Yeah,
I think
fine.
where it stems from is like for a lot of people within the church, especially with the abstinence like education idea for kids and teens and stuff. I think it extends to this idea of like chastity, and like they have no outlet for like strange thoughts,
sexual
strange
energy,
sexual thoughts. They have
yeah.
no outlet for it because one, sex
have
is
sick
bad.
thoughts.
Sex is bad outside of wedlock. Sex with dudes is definitely bad. And then there's even parts of the Bible that some people decide to believe when they feel like it. That talk about sodomy, and no one seems to remember that sodomy does not only include anal sex, but fucking
No one ever talks
butt
about sodomy.
fucking.
Right, yeah.
Not only butt fucking, but
Butt
actual
fucking what?
getting head
Pussy
and stuff
fucking.
like that.
Yeah.
And getting head's probably like the
anything
second,
besides
maybe
missionary.
third best thing after pissing and shitting, as Rafter would say.
It's great.
No Cleveland Steamers?
That's where it's really
Right? And how are these people supposed to get a good Cleveland
rusty
steamer in the
trombone?
church?
What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
You don't got no screaming memes or stop.
No.
It's not the
Whistling
same
bum
thing.
holes.
You know what? Never mind. I don't want to know. Never mind. Let's just keep
Yeah, well,
going.
especially considering that a lot of them
Move along.
Move along. Nothing to
don't
see here.
feel the acceptance to even talk to another person about those like when you like they
It's
would
taboo.
have a strange or like something that they
a
might
fun
not
game.
be considered normal sexually. They can't even go up and tell their parents like, I kind of think that guy looks pretty good because they're just gonna flip out. They
Fuck
wouldn't
'em.
even be able to like fucking.
But can you even imagine even just like the
Fuck 'em in their
physical like
assholes, right?
sexual education of it all too? Like because you're not supposed to do sex or talk about sex.
You're not supposed to do sex.
Don't do sex.
You don't do
I'll
sex.
Don't ever
sex
do
when I
sex.
want.
You guys fucking know what I mean. So, like,
Well, hold on. Public service announcement. Kids, don't do sex.
don't do
It's,
sex or
you're not supposed to do
drugs
You can have it, but
or
don't do it.
war or crime and all the other things they're promoting for fear tactics.
have-
It's okay to have in your possession, but committing the act is different.
Use
Back
a
to
different
Nikki.
verb.
But like you're not allowed to talk about it. So can you imagine if you're not having a decent sex life because like the woman like her shit's just locked up, like her hymen cannot be
Shades.
fucking broken. So like there's
It's a
shit
piece
like
of
that and they don't
property.
know how to talk to anybody about it.
At the
So they
same-
don't even get to enjoy those pleasures.
At the same time, I've never actually been able to talk to like a strict, those like hardcore Christians who are like that, like, especially talking to like a man,
all.
talking to like a man or something. Yeah,
I don't
at
talk to
all,
them,
ever.
though. I don't talk to them.
I've met people who
I avoid
who
them.
are Christians,
I snarl
go to
at them and
church,
give them
but they
devil
also
horns.
have sex and fucking drink and shit like that. And
Well, they're not fucking
gamble.
or
Mormon.
they have like
Whoa.
fucking have
They're
sex
not
and
Mormons.
shit.
Like
But the whole
Hey guys,
uh,
I'm Mormon. That's fucked up.
my uncle's Mormon.
I'm a
so-
Mormon.
Me and all my wives.
Hey, aren't they not called Mormons anymore? It's like fucking
Saturday
Jesus
Lanes,
Christ.
or Saturday Saints,
For-
Saturday
yeah.
Lanes.
Saturday Lanes.
Church of Saturday Lanes. You know,
It's a Saturday
Is that a
Lane
bowling
thing.
alley?
Fucking dude, let's go bowling with
Fucking
Jesus.
I
Let's
have
go bowling.
speech
And-
Space.
dyslexia.
and yayeth did he say, "Bowl a 300."
Turkey gobble gobble.
But these poor people, man, like that's why they end up fucking children. And like, I went to church at
Fucking children.
at a Baptist church. I got baptized at 14, like willingly, like a dope.
Raped at 16.
Really?
I was raped the year afterwards by
Why
Jesus
they waited 2
himself.
years? You know, you're kinda,
Why did you let
Let you get
Jesus rape your
settled.
asshole?
You know, I thought it'd be
You gotta
good
let
for
Jesus
me.
in.
You know,
Was it like
He comes
like
into
in
my
a
dick.
in the fucking bowl with the water, or was it in a lake, like in a fucking "Oh brother, where art thou"?
so
I've been saved.
They shot him with a
Do you
squirt
mean,
gun.
do you mean the
Pete, look
sodomy
at him.
or do you mean the baptism?
Both.
Okay, so they happened at separate events.
Sodomy was in a lake. It was nice.
He baptized me first and then said I
Refreshing.
needed to be consummated afterward. And his name was Jesus. He was a tall Latino guy.
You got married to Jesus?
Jesus.
Yes, he had a big beard and long hair. And his hands were bleeding everywhere.
He's a Muslim.
Yeah, from Mexico
Jesus
or Nicaragua.
9/11's
or
next week. Watch your tongue.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Actually, it's Sunday.
You're
It's
right.
this Sunday.
No, it's
Never
not.
forget.
It's
It's
Tuesday.
fucking Sunday.
It's Tuesday.
Wait,
Tuesday.
today's the 7th.
Let's have a moment
It's
of
a
silence.
Tuesday. See, I
that's
was
good enough.
Damn it, I was kinda hoping-
4 days from now.
There was no silence.
There was a like if I go on the thing and I spread it out, there will be a small moment.
You draw it out.
Don't
gotta
don't
edit
ever
that.
say that fucking hanging from the rafters are not patriots.
You know, we care about
We
things.
We love America.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
love
see?
America.
2 people just said that here, so.
I'm gonna be honest. The only reason why I love America is because like you
I
can
live
do
here?
the podcast thing, and I live here, and I don't know anything
you
else.
can do podcasting anywhere.
Oh.
Yeah, no, but
Anywhere than
I can
internet.
do it here.
Probably not.
I can do it in America. I
But
know
you couldn't
I
get
know
all the
this.
shit delivered from Amazon in like 20.
Exactly.
like 2
See, I
days.
know these are facts that I know about the place that I live in. So therefore, I love it.
You could
Guys,
probably
if you're
do.
thinking about doing a podcast, you could basically order everything I have here for
$100 million.
$500, and it'll be there in 2 days, and then you're in.
That's only if you have Prime.
Who
Oh, I'm
doesn't
sorry.
have Prime?
Oh,
What
you
the
don't
hell?
have Prime?
I lose Prime in October because I'm on that
What
student
is
like
wrong with
discount
you,
shit.
communist?
What?
Oh,
I'm
do you
fucking
still
broke.
lose
What
it?
do you want from me?
No, you don't.
No, it's
No,
not-
I
you
gotta
don't.
get a real job.
Well, don't let
They
Stalin
don't.
so
They
much.
don't get rid of the student discount thing.
But even though it
No.
told me
It
that
doesn't-
my account's done on
Oh, it did?
October, it did.
they
That's
might
that.
fix-
That's
they
I
might
still
fix
fucking
it.
have mine.
What?
Oh,
Oh,
motherfucker.
now you're losing it.
Oh.
Yeah, guess what? You just said that on a microphone.
They found
Great,
you.
it's fucking Amazon's
I'm sorry, I
listening.
outed you.
Jeff Bezos himself.
Chef
You know what?
Bezos.
Fuck Amazon. Brought to you by Stamps.com.
Stamps.com.
Boykasha.
Booyakasha.
Wait. Does the N word offend you?
Oh, that was good times.
Yeah,
oh,
Austin
man.
does it the best.
Oh, it's funny because no one ever remembers what that's from, and I
From
feel
the
feel
pub?
like an ass.
Yeah,
It's
you
from
should defend
fucking-
yourself.
I do need to defend myself.
You do.
Defend yourself because I'm going to whoop your ass.
I'm gonna whoop your ass. Ah, does the N word offend you?
Shout out to Ricky because it was pretty much because
Shout out
of
to
him.
Stone Cold
that
Steve
we...
Austin for fucking saying some racist shit in The Longest Yard, huh?
It was hilarious.
And he's still everybody's favorite wrestler. But, you know, Hulk Hogan says one thing off the record.
I mean, were you surprised that he said it?
Hulk
mean-
Hogan has one sex tape, and
Does
fucking
he?
the
It
shit's-
cannot be good.
With who?
Oh, no, they had that whole thing
With two
with
24-inch
Gawker.
pythons.
Batman.
Is it Gawker? I think this Gawker's the site that like they had put out
Cocker.
They put out like an article about him and his sex tape, and he sued them and like fucking ruined them.
Like
because-
slander
Smart.
or whatever the
for
fuck it's
slander,
called.
He took 'em down.
libel, whatever the
Defamation.
fuck.
Yeah.
But he took them down. They're
what you
not.
basically
They're
have
not a
to do.
company
You
anymore.
can't release video of me.
Yeah, you can't just release the shit from my room that you found. That's not legal.
We
Did you
found
have
it
a
on our
warrant?
cameras that we put in there.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's our
Sounds
cameras,
like you didn't have a
though, bro.
warrant.
We put the cameras.
we get
Well,
our-
so I think the girl is
Where's
the
my money?
one-
If
The
it's
girl
your
who
house.
was with.
She was the one who recorded
sold
it.
or something, or someone else. like,
That's
sold it.
hot.
But what do you know? It's very illegal. Just fucking film him in his.
I'm gonna
room.
Kim Kardashian this shit.
Have you ever seen like the Paris Hilton fucking?
It's terrible.
It's
It's
I don't
terrible.
watch a 20-minute
That poor
blowjob by her.
She ruined rich people for me. I feel like every time I see a hot broad that you know is rich in like a celebrity or
This is a
otherwise,
terrible blowjob.
you know that terrible blowjob incoming.
Wait, why?
Oh, great.
Because Paris Hilton
I've never
solidified it
seen
in my
it.
mind. If you watch that
Oh my God,
video,
everyone knew exactly what you're talking about.
oh my
I
God,
didn't.
she
So-
gives. She's
Except
like
for
it's
her,
like
What's
she's
so
almost
bad
Watch
about
more
it?
porn, Nikki. What's
I'm
wrong
so
with you?
sorry. I'm into big buck dicks.
Big black
Blah, blah,
dicks.
blah, blah.
Her,
Yeah,
her-
unfortunately, she's sucking an average-sized white
That's her.
dick, and you can't even really say
It's
she's
like
sucking it.
It's like 20 minutes of her
She's staring
just
at it.
pretty much sucking a dick, and then you see her like lean in front of the camera at one point naked, like smile or something. But that's about it. You don't really see an actual.
Just
It's
take
not
that
an
shot
actual
called
sex
death.
tape.
She's
It's
looking
not like
up.
It's a blowjob tape. It shouldn't make whole.
It's not like a
She
sex
is-
tape. It's
no.
But the
It's
dude
still
sold
She can go
it.
full Kim
But,
K.
but the guy, what happened was that when it was big, the guy had like copied it and sold it as a DVD called One Night in Paris.
Yeah.
and that's why it was such a big deal.
It's kind of like Debbie
Isn't
Does
that a
Dallas.
movie?
There's
Or,
probably
no,
yeah.
A Time in Paris.
Yes, it's a porn movie. We just said that.
We just talked about this.
Porn.
she keeps looking up like she's like asking with her eyes like, "Am I doing this right?"
No, you're not.
No, this is terrible. And the poor fucking bastard that's getting his dick stuck is like, "God, you're so hot." It's like, nah, dude, she's high on Valium right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yas.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's 2004, and you're saying this before we were used to
Is
it.
that when it came out?
No, I'm just.
Oh.
That's what I was saying.
And then she got a TV show because of
What?
it.
Oh,
You know, you
okay.
guys-
So I was
watch
gonna. That was my
I used
next
to watch that
question.
With
Mom.
Nicole Richie.
Women
Yeah, yeah,
everywhere,
yeah.
listen. You're one terrible blowjob away from scoring a TV show with Nicole Richie.
How do you think the Kardashians are fucking famous?
They're killing it.
Rob
Shitty blowjobs.
Their dad,
Shitty
really?
blowjob.
Fucking
And then-
nothing.
And
Reality
then being
shows have
related
always
to the
been
one
a
that,
thing.
that did the sex tape.
And the one that did
And the stupid show.
I don't know those two.
Stupid show.
Have you guys
Dumb
seen
show.
that?
Are you guys
the-
keeping up with the Kardashians?
No.
Not me.
I think I've
Or the
watched, like,
Hatfields and the Coys.
Nah, they
Joneses.
passed me a long time ago. Fuck, I'm tired.
A lot of money.
That's
Turns
the
out.
Joneses.
I did just find out
They
that
got more
that-
money than the
Fucking
Kardashians.
say, dare you?
Did the Joneses have more money than?
They were supposed to be like the model middle class family.
Keeping Up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
Keeping Up with the
There's
Joneses.
multiple songs about
It's just
that
like
shit.
what's the song? We're moving on up. What's that
Moving
show?
on up to
Jefferson.
the east
It's funny how like
side.
the east side for a lot of cities is
the
the shitty
east side's the
area.
bad side.
It's usually- But
If you're moving up
in
to
New
the east
York,
side.
I think like in New York and Chicago, it's like the nice areas. The east side. That's what they're set. I think they're set in Chicago or something like that.
I almost feel like New York would make more sense. Isn't it the no? I think it's actually the Upper West Side. Is it the Upper West Side or the Upper East Side?
East
Because both
side.
sound right.
It's the east side.
It's the East Side. Okay, so East.
They
Side.
moved to a
Fuck,
deluxe apartment in the sky.
Every
Yeah,
time I
fucking
listen to
matter.
that, I'm like, wait, the east side everywhere I know is shithole.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
in
East
like,
Palo
We're
Alto.
on West Coast, but they're on East Coast, so their
We live
West
in
is
East San
bad.
Jose.
East
It's a
Los
shithole.
Gatos,
Every-
East San
yeah.
Jose,
Every-
East Oakland.
every east side in California is the shithole part of town.
yeah.
It's just so they can get all the fucking. They can be racist. And try to
Exactly.
get black
And
people
every
to live
West
there.
Side on the East Coast is
West,
the bad
West, yo.
side.
West, yo.
I just feel
Because
like
if
You
you know the
don't
whole
stop.
rap, like, you know, controversy.
people just say east side. No, I feel like no one ever was like west side of the town.
West
Yeah,
side?
South
I've never
I
heard
live-
anyone say they're from West Side San Jose.
They're too
Oh,
rich.
I'm
They
not.
don't need to.
That's where
They're
Dylan
from
lives.
south, north, or
Because they'd have to be
east.
like Campbell, bitch.
Don't call it the West Side.
Oh, that's
yeah,
probably
it's
'cause I don't
right
talk
over
to
by
those
Campbell.
people.
Yeah,
That
losers.
is actually kind of funny because I feel like I hear when someone's like, "Oh, I live in San Jose," and then there's the people like, "Oh, I live on East Side San Jose."
Like if you're talking about my parents' house, you live in South San Jose.
The
Yeah.
South
Yeah.
Side.
If you're talking about
Do
here,
you
you're in
usually say
East San
South,
Jose.
or do you
Yeah,
just say
South
San Jose?
That's why I say that.
Okay.
Because
North
it's-
San Jose is nothing but businesses.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
there's a couple
true.
houses.
I will
but
fight you later, individually and then as a group.
They're
Okay.
putting more. They're putting more. I've seen them putting a lot more apartments up in North San Jose now.
Yeah, they are. They're
Yeah.
Tasman.
People wanna
I
live
got to
in-
work on that. That's crazy to see
people
now.
wanna
well,
live
isn't
near where
Google
you
supposed
work.
to be doing that too? At least in like
They just got approved.
Central San Jose.
They got approved over off. It's like Taylor Street in '87. They got
3
Yeah.
million
big-
square feet.
yeah.
big ass building.
They're gonna bring so much shit because they want to put in actual shops and apartments and then
Literal
actual
Everyone,
offices.
everyone prepare as soon as like that building goes in and all those people move in there. Your
Terrible.
commute
Prices.
is going to double
Oh.
for one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Prices
And then yes,
yeah.
the max that your rent can be raised every year, it will be raised.
I don't know how.
if
is
they
that
don't
le-
sell the
How
house.
is
You know
that
what's fucked up
legal?
about-
I thought we had
What?
like. Well, I guess it's not rent.
No, rent control.
Not
That's why I
everything
said
is
the
rent
max.
controlled.
It's 10
Actually, it's really
10%.
funny.
Not
Just
everything
la-
is rent controlled either.
Just
Yeah,
last
yeah.
year, there was a measure going through for rent control, but like fucking no one showed up for it, so it didn't get passed. So there's no cap.
Fucking-
That's fine.
So
There's
if
some
you're
area-
actually
it depends where you're
participating in
at.
your politics, you can actually control that shit. But if
Nope.
you don't, then
Well, that's why they do that shit where they.
I never
fucking-
participate
They
in
vote. They vote
politics.
on a bill on like the same day, so people don't participate because they fucking don't want people to
You're right.
interfere.
Pansy
with what
people
they're-
don't participate.
they have to
in
give 30
politics.
days from
Who the
print
fuck
to
has
vote.
time to participate in local
April.
goddamn
No, that's not a
politics? Like, who? If you're participating in local politics, you're retired or a crazy person because you probably don't have.
Or you
want
want to be like a bigger politician. You're like, we're gonna start.
Or
here.
you think you're going to be a politician yourself and you're just trying to get involved. But those are the three people you get like hard involved with local politics. Everyone
They
else
have
is,
more
like,
time.
sees it in the newspaper. Oh man, I should probably go vote on that. Yeah, I don't have time for that.
I just
Fuck that.
recently went to
You
a
busy, man?
senior care.
Very.
super busy.
So busy. I can't go to all these public.
I don't have time. I don't have time to drop
Forums?
my fucking my vote off at the thing.
What am I, a public
Are you
servant?
crazy?
I'm supposed to
I
pick it
just
up my house.
recently went to
What
the
is it,
Senior
Bonus,
Care
take a shit?
Commission, and
Oh,
it was
yeah.
actually just kind of funny because I'm sitting there listening to all these things that these elderly, like retired people want to talk about, and I'm just sitting there like, "Fuck, you have this much time to like look into this?"
Fuck
Or,
all
Retired.
that.
Of course they do.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
crazy. Like, good on you,
Imagine
one,
not
for
having a
being
job.
involved, but what the fuck? Like, what else do you do?
Grew up in the 50s, man.
That's the whole idea. That like
They're also a
the-
different generation,
what I
different
said, yeah.
resources.
Well, that's the whole like idea with like local politics is that your elders essentially run your city because they have the time to participate in
And then the
that
money
and know
to-
what's going
Yeah,
on.
most positions don't pay anything, so
No.
Yeah.
Or at
maybe
least very
not
little.
here.
I don't think
here they
commissions-
do. for
Commissions
sure.
might pay
Maybe.
like $100 a meeting, but
Everything
you only
you're-
meet once a month, so.
I just remember our
If
school.
you're
But you're
like-
living off Social Security at that point.
If you're in an elected position, you
retirement.
probably get paid here.
I just remember the board of our school district when I was in high school was constantly under shit for like wasting hella money to go on like crazy vacations that they would call like a fucking board retreat that we need to go and talk about the school and it's like wait,
a
you
team
guys
building
went,
exercise.
You guys went to you guys
That's all it is.
You guys went to
We gotta go to
Vegas.
Aspen for a team building
Let's see.
exercise.
You guys went to Vegas for 2 weeks What are you doing for 2 weeks at
Top
team
golf
building?
the whole
Like,
time.
Yeah, we were at Top Golf over there off the strip, and
Pictures for
then
days.
we went to the Spearmint
And-
Rhino.
And
we
also,
we
why-
rented out
Saw
a
Blue Man Group.
we rented out an office
Twice.
in a business building, and we just sat
while
there and
thi-
did
while
meetings.
this is
Yeah, we rented that out, and then we looked at it from across the street while we played golf.
Yeah.
And while
There
you're
it is.
working on our school district,
Rented
why
that.
are we closing 3 fucking schools out here?
Is that what
We're
you-
closing
is that
3
what we
elementary
decided
schools
upon?
down there? That's shady as fuck. How are we losing our education?
Well, how did you get on that?
They'll
It's
eventually have
actually-
to open them up.
it's
They're
actually
moving
really
a lot
Well,
of people in
those-
this area.
I think
Yep.
the idea is
They're gonna have to open a
gonna
whole
make
lot
a lot
more
of.
schools.
They're going to make a lot of. They're all turning into private.
Well,
schools.
that's exactly what it is because everyone in this area could probably afford
Could
for the
afford
children
it,
to go
yeah.
to private school, and so they don't need to make more public schools.
Median household average.
We'll let the stupid poor
worth
people
in,
go
in
there,
San Jose is about
idiots.
$925,000.
yearly.
Valued.
Oh, house worth. Oh, I thought you were talking about like income. I was like,
Single
that's
family
a
home.
They're out
shitload
here
of
balling.
money.
$925,000.
I think you need
$100
117 in
Oh,
order to
yeah,
be able to
a
afford
fucking-
to really live around
Yeah,
here.
you need to be able to rent and or get a mortgage.
Some
Yeah.
shithole down the street from my house just sold for 1.2 million. It's a
Yeah.
shithole.
And the
Because
problem is
it's
the
area.
real
from your
problem
parents?
is not
Yeah,
with the.
Okay. Well, you're in a nice neighborhood though. You're in like an actual family
still,
neighborhood.
there-
Not
you know
as-
what?
not as good as recently, my dad
His-
got his car robbed. His fucking
Yeah,
Really?
all his tools.
Oh
his
yeah,
tools
no,
sto-
because
tools
they know
stolen.
that's where rich people live, so they go break into
They'll
this
go
shit.
break
yeah.
the people check cars.
They're rich
out
people
there.
that are not used to that happening yet.
Yeah,
They
don't-
haven't-
They don't know.
Oh shit! It's
They
gonna
were-
happen in my neighborhood soon.
Everyone's
I live
gonna
in a
be
nice
putting fucking
neighborhood.
security systems in their house and locking the shit down.
Yeah.
Robots with guns
You
and
see
shit.
cameras.
Turrets. Blah, 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 blah.
every fucking
Motion
garage will have
censored
a
shit.
camera over it and shit. Yeah.
Be a
50
sniper on the roof.
50 cal machine
We got that kind
gun,
of money.
Damn.
instant kill mode engaged.
That would be funny. Like you could pay a company to like they ride through with like an. It doesn't have any bullets in, but it's a truck with one of those big 50
Just drive
cows
up and
planted
down
in the
your
back.
Just to put the
and
fear-
Just ride through the area. Put the fear of anyone who thinks they're.
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
I would
rob
do
this
that
place.
while drinking
You
a beer.
probably could, but you
Show-
can't have that gun mounted on the back of a car.
Yeah, you definitely. Could.
It's not a gun.
Well,
it's
that's
a
why
prop.
you use a
But it's
tank.
it's empty. It's a prop at that
You use
point.
a tank and you just don't load it.
Then it defeats the point.
It's like shot.
No.
but if they
It's a
don't see it, they
convincing
just
prop,
see
you
a-
bitch.
yeah,
If
they
people
just
see a
shoot.
militarized
Well, then why do
like
they even need a gun?
society, they're gonna be freaked the fuck out.
Brave New World, bro.
Especially in America, because
I
we're not
didn't
used to
read
that
that
shit.
either.
I don't read.
I don't.
I
I
just
don't
know
know
what
how to
the,
read.
I know what the
books.
cover looks like, and
I've
it's
read
neat.
all these books you were talking shit about.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
Like the Bible? Yeah.
Well, you're a
Just
reader
read your
though.
Bible,
High
sirs.
school.
You're,
I
but
just- I
you're
didn't
but
read
you're a
that
reader.
one.
Like
And
We had to.
where-
Every one of those books we had to read in high school.
well, not the.
I read a
fucking
bunch of other
Owen
shit,
Meany's
but-
bullshit.
Brave New World Way to Live in High. I forgot that I'm on.
Brave New World by Aldous Huxley was actually.
What was the
pretty-
other one with Holden Caulfield?
I don't know that
That's
one.
fucking. That's Catcher in the Rye. That's
to
the
read
one
that.
where I
Right, and
think
then
the kids-
1984 was just something
to
I
read
read.
that.
1984.
We didn't have to
I
read
had
that.
read
I read
that.
it in junior high on
It's
my own
good.
accord. It is good, but like
It's
I
old, but
remember,
it's good.
I remember reading
It's
it
oldie but a goodie.
and thinking to myself like, dude, this is way too heavy. Like it's just a bunch of fucking.
Because you're in
and-
middle school, so
Yeah.
you can't like
Smoke
fully
pot.
comprehend it.
I should
and
have
you're
been smoking pot.
Fucking heavy, dude.
it's heavy, man.
bro. It's so heavy.
It's so heavy.
I
I
was
can't
wondering-
even pick it up, bro. Let alone put it down.
it
I'll
down,
just drop
drop it.
it.
Yeah, we had to read.
I read your mom.
I read 1984,
You might have.
but that was about it.
Oh, well, whoop
1984
the
is dope,
shit.
But I mean, what the fuck do you know about
What about
dystopian
Fahrenheit
futures?
451?
I read that on
Yeah,
my
how about
own.
you
I was
like
a
that?
fourth grader.
Any
And I
other
read that because you got Dad
Any
got me
other-
that for Christmas. So.
any other books that are just a word and some
Standard.
numbers?
Yeah,
Standard.
Jaws.
You see, they're making that into an HBO thing.
Nailed it.
Oh, you said word and a number. I'm sorry,
You
my
fucking
bad.
nailed it,
Jaws
dude.
2.
My bad. Jaws 2, yeah, the movie.
Fuck you. How about
You
that?
can read the book, but it's terrible.
All
It's
right,
some-
Cars 2.
it's
Pinocchio
re-
2.
Yeah, it's.
Little
If we're
Mermaid.
just spouting shit you can't read.
Little Mermaid 2.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
All these are movies.
Oh, they're all movies.
That's
with
some
numbers
bad
in
hat, Harry.
I will come over there. And
Smile,
kill
you son of a.
them. Smell
Have you seen?
Dude, they ruined the ending of Jaws. They
Oh,
ruined that.
Did you watch that show?
What show?
this
No,
show-
no.
Oh, okay.
If we're not getting into no MythBusters bullshit
No,
right now,
it's
what I'm
a-
talking
I'll
about
tell you
is what they ruined is probably one of the most iconic lines next to "We're gonna need a bigger boat" from that movie, and that's "Smile, you son of a bitch," right?
Yeah.
And he says
Shark.
that in the original cut, and it's cut also halfway through with the sound of the actual gun firing, so like you can kind of hear like them together, right?
Yeah,
now
bitch.
they use the gun to overshadow bitch. You just get the B, smile, you son of a, and then they just replace with like a gunshot explosion sound, and it's like, dude, how are you gonna do that, dude? The movie's already rated PG-13. It's been that way for over 40
13-year-olds
years.
can't
Is it
handle
though?
the word bitch now.
Apparently, that's an offensive term that you can't use when killing a shark.
God forbid you say cunt.
Watch like fucking Airplane and shit. Those movies back then, their ratings were different. So
Oh, they were
PG-13
begging for a 13.
with like 5 fucks in there. Where we
some
have
tits.
they have the 2 fuck rules now. Or Airplane had
Yeah.
a pair of tits in it. It's a
It's like the
PG-13
tuck rule. It's a
movie.
2-fuck rule.
I know
Yeah,
this
two
is
fuck
rule.
I know this is old school as fuck, but wasn't Gone with the Wind rated R because they said damn for the first time on like movies?
I don't think I've
so.
ever seen Gone with the Wind.
No. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
movie
so,
sucks.
No, it's so good.
Never seen it.
Gone with the Wind and Vertigo.
Is
if
it
you
as
wanna
good as
watch
the
some-
Grapes of Wrath?
And
Fuck
Vertigo.
the
I've
Grapes
seen
of Wrath.
that.
I even tried to read that book and it
That
fucking
book
sucked.
sucks ass. That's another book, by the
John
way.
read that either.
I
Steinbeck,
read that one.
he might
Sucked.
tell
I
a
read
great
it too. It was
story,
terrible.
but he doesn't know how to fucking tell
not
the
bad.
story.
We had class together,
It's
I
like
think.
pretty good at like, I mean, what?
Did you have to read The Grapes of Wrath
Sure,
for school?
yeah.
Yeah, high school.
What? I didn't.
English sophomore year.
I had honors English.
Miss Macalino.
You know what's funny?
Probably fucking nerd.
I
That's
did.
why.
I did too, but they had cut
I didn't have
out,
it senior year for some reason.
they
I guess
made-
it wasn't a
you,
thing.
You didn't.
What,
I think
English?
means
Honors
you
I
or
think it was
AP?
either. I think no honors is different.
It
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not AP. I took
AP's college shit.
I remember we went into an AP history class and like we sit down and he's like, "All right, so everyone, we're gonna start writing about the 5 chapters you were supposed to read before today." And it's like, "All right, I don't want to be in this class anymore.
I'm done now. Can I go home?
Unfortunately, I didn't get the memo, so I'm not gonna read 5 chapters tonight. So
That's what I
I'm not
remember,
gonna read.
it was like senior year too. I was like, I'm not there.
No.
All right, good
Yeah.
night.
That would.
I'm gonna go to easy class with the
I took
regular
an
people.
honors English class, and
Doesn't
like
fucking matter anyway.
Yeah,
after I did that, I was like, "Fuck no!" Like they go too fast.
Actually-
I like to appreciate shit, not go through 20 fucking books
Well,
a
I feel-
semester.
I feel like if you realize, if you think about it,
it's better for you.
what I
probably.
realized as soon as I went to college is that every AP class is just a college class.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, well, I took honors, so it was
JC
like
class,
not.
probably,
It wasn't
really.
college.
Yeah, it's like a JC
It's like
regular
JC
class
college
because
class.
it sounds like it's really fast when you're a kid, but if you think how long like a college class lengths, like in terms of like how many months, it's like exactly the same.
Yeah,
4
yeah.
or 5 months. Yeah.
The only difference is in the AP class, after you take the AP test, you don't do shit.
Yep.
Like, because you did it, dude.
You already got it.
in.
Good for you.
'Cause they have to cover
Yay.
everything before the AP test, so. Mm-hmm. I remember I took AP psychology with Curry, and one person in the class passed the AP test.
Oh yeah, they
That was the easiest AP class ever because, like, he basically, you
Wanted you to win.
you grade your own work.
Oh.
He gives lectures, and it's the same lecture. Like, he wrote that lecture down 20 years ago, and he gives the same lecture on this day every fucking year.
Every 20 years.
But like,
He's
but
still
to
running
be
off
honest,
the
it's the reason.
DSM-3.
It's the reason that I became a psychology major. Like, even though I didn't take the class that seriously, like it was interesting, especially going into
Wait,
it.
what
to
did he teach?
Psychology.
AP.
Oh,
AP
okay.
Psych. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I remember
Wait, you
so-
got that at high school?
Yeah, it was bullshit though.
I don't
So-
think I got
so
that.
his-
Or
Well,
they
I wasn't
changed it
smart
after
enough
that.
to.
Yeah.
So when his year went in, it was a really easy class, a bullshit easy. Like everyone gets an A type
Yeah.
class.
Yeah.
By the time my
Someone
Think
on our-
senior,
outside of the box and you're good.
by the time my junior
The next year after I graduated.
well, see, he went back even by then. The year after that, by my junior year, he would get shit because too many people are passing your class. It's an AP class. We're not supposed to. It's supposed to be a hard class.
No, because I remember I took the class junior year,
Mm-hmm.
and then senior year I was his aide. So like I
plus,
saw
A
when he
plus.
changed because the next year he changed. It was a very it was a hard class. Like there's real tests and they're serious, and I fucking changed. I was the aide, so all the tests were on Scantron. Cause even though he had to make it harder, he's still lazy as shit.
Of course.
So, like, Tim took that class. Tim fucking Morris took that class. And,
Name
like,
calling.
he didn't have a
Son of
chance
a
in
bitch.
hell. Not only that, but, like, 4 other football players.
Wait, did Tim pass?
I'll tell you why. Is because every time I get their tests and
Yep.
I'd have the thing, and I'd literally, with, like, a pencil and erase their answers and write the right answer. I did that for, like, Tim, for, like, 5 other football
Thank God
players.
for number 2 pencil scantrons, right?
And okay, so at your school, this was like an elective, right? It was almost the equivalent of taking on like a language class.
It was an elective, but
So
like
you didn't have
had
to have it?
You had to take a class
You
that
had
was
to take-
considered an elective.
Okay, you had to have the
It
was an
unit,
elective.
Yeah.
but it didn't have
Yeah.
to be that class.
I
Okay,
took, for
okay.
example, I took guitar.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
took music
Guitar.
classes,
Yeah,
right?
and
I took guitar my junior year.
yeah, I took it both. They had it the last 2 years that we were there,
you didn't
junior
take
and senior
photog-
year.
I took photography.
didn't even
instead
have
of
it?
Yeah, you
guitar.
took photography, and then I think you took AP psychology or
And
something.
I
Sweet
took
baby
But like
Jesus.
when you were a senior, like if you had finished out like honors or AP in certain classes, you didn't have to go to the last one. So like I didn't have math my senior year, for example. Like I didn't have to do that like because I had done all the fucking summer schools.
Yeah, you did.
So yeah,
Oh,
I did
yeah,
all
yeah.
of them. So I didn't have to do
I
math
didn't
anymore.
either.
And the kids who got AP or whatever were like me. They didn't have math anymore if they didn't want to do it.
yeah, because they were so
Well,
far ahead.
I remember I walked in. I had a AP calculus. If you wanted to take
Ooh,
calculus,
nerd.
Yeah.
so I went in there and I sat down. It was Mr. Taylor's class,
Oh yeah.
and like he starts going over some
Neil
shit,
deGrasse Tyson
and
himself.
like I had to sit there for a minute, and really think about it. Like, do I want to deal with this? Like,
He's
Well,
a nice
you
guy.
know.
He's a nice
Okay.
guy. He's probably
And
and I was like,
decently funny.
nah,
really
fuck
good
that. I want to
teacher,
get out of
Yeah.
fifth period and shit.
I mean, I wouldn't know because I've never had him as
He
a
was
teacher.
ultra.
but
He's an ultra nerd.
I saw a speech
he's the
by
best
him at a
math
wedding,
teacher I've ever
so-
had in my
Yeah?
all my years.
We
That's
watched.
nice.
He is actually, no doubt.
I took
We
it with
watched him.
him.
We watched him. He wrote a song for his son's wedding, for Ryan's wedding.
A unique, like
Oh, that's
specific
great.
song.
Really?
Yeah, he
Oh,
used to
well,
play
so-
guitar in the class.
Boom.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He was
Exactly.
It was a really good song too.
It was.
He was the first.
Very
guy-
Killed
Okay.
it singing.
Yeah.
He was like, I just kind of wrote this like a week ago,
Like, almost
and
on a
it's
whim.
not very good. Yeah, like on a whim, and like I didn't know what kind of lyrics to use, so I kind of stole a couple, and it was like, you can fly. He used Peter Pan.
Wow.
He used Peter Pan. Like,
the
you can
problem
fly,
with-
you can fly. But the way he did the melody was different, and it was just so funny because like it's like, all right, great, we got some dad playing a fucking guitar song,
Yeah.
singing for his
Fuck
son's
you, that's
wedding.
Mr. Taylor. Sit down.
Dude, Mr. Taylor was better than the DJ.
Well, Mr. Taylor is
Killing
also
it.
on
Killed it.
Reddit, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the someone drew like a
Oh, yeah.
calculator
I
version
got
of
The
him.
calculator
I
version.
Yeah.
I was the first one on that.
We know that guy.
thread.
Everyone.
You
just so
sent
know.
that to me, and I sent it to Ryan, and he was like, dude, what the fuck?
I just randomly
Your
found
dad's
it.
famous.
Yeah.
I just randomly found it. So like the top comment on that thing is me saying it's Mr. Taylor. I got like fucking like 1,200 upvotes for
Nice.
ST, what's up?
It's funny because I
that. And then
remember.
because under
Just
that
'cause
everyone's
you
like,
had him as a
yeah, I
teacher.
had this guy. I fucking blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
friend
Like a
Crystal also
picture.
had him too.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
me and
She's like,
Raptor
"Oh,
had him,
shit."
me and Raptor had him in the same class, and I shit you not, me and Raptor are sitting there in the middle of class, and at the end of class he like stops us. The reason why is because Raptor brings this big gallon of water and he duct tapes it so it's insulated, and it works great. He puts a bunch of ice in it, and since we're
that
on the football
works?
team, motherfucker, me and him sit up in the front, and he shares. We drink it during class.
That's how you get mono.
That's exactly what he said. That's exactly. He's like, oh, you guys, like, that's how you get mono. If you-
meningitis.
Yeah. Then he said, yeah. Once we were like,
sharing
oh, no one's sick. He was like, well, a
He's
lot
right.
of sports teams
Don't
get
get me wrong.
meningitis.
Well, see,
he's
that's the
not
fucking
wrong.
thing.
That's how you get meningitis.
That's exactly how you get it.
But I
And
mean, the
mono.
likelihood's pretty small.
Did you guys ever get mono?
Maybe no.
I might have
No?
gotten it once, but I don't. I think
When I got
that was
mono,
it.
I
Bryce
had
got
never even
full-blown
kissed
AIDS.
someone
AIDS.
before.
You saw it on my face.
So I got
that
fucking
one time.
mono from
Drinking,
sharing
yeah.
a goddamn drink.
Yeah,
I couldn't be
exactly.
making out with
It's
someone.
just about saliva
Nope.
exchange.
Nope.
Just-
It could be anything cool,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
right. I was just a fucking
There's
nerd in
some
high
shit-
school and
it's
didn't
the
kiss
same- It's
nobody.
the same thing where have you ever heard?
Who does this
I remember
bullshit?
hearing
Johnny
that,
Depp spit in my mouth. You know, like no.
They say that like most people, especially guys, if you've had a canker sore or not canker sore, what's the
Cold
one?
sore.
Cold sore when you're young.
The herp.
It's probably from your mother kissing you.
Yep.
It's just that
Really?
she probably had a
Your
cold
mother's a
sore.
dirty
getting
whore.
Your
getting
mother's a
over
dirty
it.
whore, so she gave the
And
whore
she's
to
a
you.
dirty whore, but yeah, it's probably she had it at one point and then gave
That's
it
so
to
terrible
you
to think
when you're a
about,
young
babe.
kid.
It is.
Because you get cold
your fucking
sores,
mom gave
and
me
your mom's a
herpes.
dirty whore now.
Thanks for outing me to everybody here that I get cold sores.
Who gives a fuck?
Everyone, I have herpes.
Everyone else shits. Do you know how nasty
yeah,
that
very
is?
Everyone poops.
Someone has probably wiped their ass and gotten shit
Actually,
on their hands.
You're a naughty little boy, and that's concentrated evil coming out of your rear end.
I have
I
herpes
remember,
and a 2-inch dick. Who
I remember
wants some?
Mr.
Hit it.
Taylor's wife told me, I think it was Mrs. Taylor, that or another teacher, He was the first graduate of ST. He was there like when they first. He was a freshman.
Like the
when-
first
He
year
was.
they
He
were
said
in high
that all the
school.
time.
when they opened,
likes
he
that.
was their freshman. Came in as a freshman and then finished all of his classes by junior year.
Yep.
So he was the only graduate of the
Hey,
first year.
so
and
where did he
graduated
go?
on a pogo stick.
Where
That's,
did he-
that's all I've heard.
Wait,
So
so he
where did
didn't
he go
actually need.
afterward?
I've heard. On,
What
With the
school did he
cow.
go to afterwards?
Did he
I
need
don't
to
know. I just
actually
heard
be?
the
A,
pogo stick one.
did he actually need to be a senior then if he
No, he
completed
was
all of
done
his
with-
courses
he
by
was
junior
done-
year?
That's why he graduated as a
Graduated
junior.
alone.
So he's the only one to do that,
Only,
or
only graduator of his year and the very
He's the
first
very
Because
first
graduate
the
from
school
ST.
was not 4 years old yet. He
Yeah.
did 3 years, and he could graduate 3 years. So if it's a new school, there's no way for anyone else
well,
to be
he's
in that
also
class.
the same dude that became a fucking rocket scientist, right?
Yeah, he after that he went to
So-
he went to
For
Cal
NASA.
Berkeley.
He's fucking smart
He
as
worked
shit. Of
for-
course
he
he'd do
worked
it in
for
3
NASA as a
years.
rocket scientist, and then went and worked for I believe Lockheed or one of those Halliburton companies, and then quit because he was getting bored doing it.
That's what always pissed me off in those fucking classes. Is that everyone like thought that he was a bad teacher because you hear him come in and he has that nerdy voice, and you're fucking 15 years old or you're 16 years old, so you're like, oh my god, I got to trample all over this. Let's make fun of him the whole time. So no one pays any fucking attention.
Learning
You don't
really
realize
fucking smart.
you don't realize that you have like a Cal or what is it? But Cal Berkeley,
Cal Berkeley.
Or Cal Berkeley fucking graduate
Who worked for NASA, right?
teaching you fucking algebra 2, and you can't shut the fuck up for 5 minutes to realize he's the best teacher you're ever gonna have in your life.
Yeah.
Could you imagine
I
if you
straight
had
up.
thought
Wish I had
of
him.
something to ask him like about NASA? He probably would have been super open about
He's the only-
anything in
He's
it.
the only reason that I have any kind of
Respect.
math anything right
Oh.
now because he taught me algebra, and that really is the end of what you really need to know in real life. Like
Yeah.
trigonometry,
Otherwise,
that's
there's
like the
programs for
specialty.
it.
But algebra is adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. Like it's
It's the
basic.
building blocks.
It's basic math.
Yeah,
Algebra 2 and shit up to algebra.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Algebra
you learn
2 is
how to
when you
like
get the
do
X's
longer
and the
numbers,
Y's, right?
Sure, yeah.
Well, your algebra is X's and Y's,
But
algebra
X's and
2
Y's is how you-
is like fucking
How you determine
complete
shit.
the square
Yeah, yeah.
and shit like
How you
that
come up
nature.
with theories and shit. That's what
You
you,
learn how to
use for
turn,
the
like,
X's and
the
Y's
basis of,
almost.
that's where it's one of those ones where you hear all these silly people like, why did I learn math and I didn't learn how to do my taxes? Because you can fucking, when you know math, you can do that shit on your own.
Hey, you
It's
ever buy
fucking
drugs?
not the- yeah.
You do a little math there, don't you?
You ever buy-
adding, subtracting, multiplying.
if you know
variables.
math, you can get
You-
paid
you
way
ever
more
plan-
money.
You ever plan out your fucking your bills with your paycheck? You got to know some math to do that.
You ever pull a
Turns
large
out.
wad of
Little thing.
cash, think about how much you have to pay, and then subtract it or whatever? There you go.
Yep.
It's
I don't-
just-
I
And you know
care.
what? Accountants get paid a fucking shit ton. So
well, I
why
mostly-
is
I
math
just-
getting knocked right now? You
my-
get paid a
mostly-
lot
I
to
just
know
get
a
pissed,
lot about it.
I just get pissed that people are like, you shouldn't be learning math in school. You should be learning how to live our lives as an adult.
But
It's
math
those,
involves
it's
life.
the basis of living your life as an adult.
Teach you-
Otherwise,
teach
you're
you
an
how to wipe your ass?
uneducated idiot.
Otherwise, you have no budget and you're just spending money because you make money.
They probably should teach children how to like
Write
balance a
checks.
check. I mean, they don't really
Well, not
balance
anymore,
checkbooks
but-
anymore, but like how to budget.
Well, maybe life skills could be a thing to add in, but
seems
they
like somebody
shouldn't.
should have.
People think
Well,
like
see-
people talk about it as if
But
like
the
I
public
shouldn't be.
education system doesn't have a lot of money,
Well,
so
people talk about it as if like I shouldn't be learning math or I shouldn't be taking English classes because those aren't. I don't
shouldn't
use.
be
I don't
alive.
use those in.
You don't need to
class.
read a contract.
It's like,
It doesn't
no, you,
fucking
No,
matter.
you moron. You need to learn the basis of being an adult through the basic intelligence of fucking an education.
The
It's
funny
not
thing
even-
about
Right,
public
right.
education at Rafter, like you said, was that like the interesting thing was my brother was able to get in his junior and senior year of high school. We went to private school. He was
Oh,
able to get
la-di-da.
he was
Shit.
able to get life skills class where they
so
they
no one ever
taught-
stabbed you.
they taught you how
Lame.
pretty much we just did
Yeah.
coke overdoses.
See,
and
that's what
pregnancies.
I heard. The fucking.
Um,
I heard the, I heard
Yeah,
the
that's
private
where all the
more
drugs
money,
were.
more
drugs
problems.
were.
Hell yeah, dude! Fucking
But the-
kids in public school can't afford coke. It's expensive.
Exactly, and we had someone over OD in a fucking Bible class with Mrs.
Jesus
Nardi.
Christ.
Hell yeah.
And she was
That's
the
what Jesus
sweetest.
would've wanted.
Yeah, she was the sweetest lady ever. Anyway, but the thing is, like, he had these.
Wait,
li-
the
oh,
lady overdosed?
No. She
No,
was
no,
the
she was a
sweetest
teacher.
lady.
I thought it was like.
So you
a-
was
shouldn't do
Swedish
that
or
shit
OD?
in her class because you'll give her a
From
heart
Sweden?
attack because she's worried about you.
Poor
Yeah,
lady.
it was Jesus shit. But the thing was that my
Praise
brother
him.
got these life skills class where
God is good.
do a
All
checkbook,
the
make a
time.
fucking blanket, learn how to cook kind of shit. And the
you can-
year after he
Get a
graduated,
fucking job, contribute to society.
pretty much it's a
Shit.
life skills class, so life.
But I learned that in
Get your fucking
middle
shit
school.
together.
We did a fucking what's it called?
Home ec.
Home ec, yeah, home ec class.
They don't
I
do
never
those
got
classes
any
anymore.
of in like
Yeah,
Christian
Yeah, we
school.
learned how to burn fucking donuts.
Hey, no, we actually made
Burn
a
'em.
good ass.
Ruin them.
We made a good ass.
I can't eat any of this. Gross.
Fucking calzone thing, not even calzone,
Oh,
stromboli
wow.
type
Stromboli.
thing.
You guys actually got that shit?
Our teacher almost got sued over it apparently because
This is in middle school, though, not high school.
Yeah, it's middle school, 7th grade.
Yeah.
I took it was like a basic home ec class.
And then
You
they have like
cook
a
few things.
and then they have you work in a kitchen like to make food for the school to sell to the adults because they come they
to your
want to
parents
come
to
to
make your
yeah.
parents come pay money and like your parents of course one of your at least
Like
one of
20
my
bucks,
dad
too.
came he's
Ridiculous.
like fucking he's like yeah I'll buy one of the shitty
I get it.
things.
They don't have a lot of money for it's a little. You might as well fucking put these goddamn kids to work.
I remember
Free labor.
Hey, after this, we're gonna have breaking rocks.
do you
class.
remember they gave
Making license plates.
Or fucking yeah.
do you remember they
You're
would do a
prisoners
thing
now.
where like they would give all the teachers a plate for free just because like you would have
course.
like they'd have some kids like you're gonna take this plate
I
to this
just eat it
teacher.
right out of the thing.
So
Fuck you
so
guys.
hey, what happened was
Delicious.
I
Myself
gave
plate.
it to the student, the aide of the teacher.
You
He-
mates?
He
Like
looked
the
at the
TA?
thing and he took a bite of it, and I was like,
He
"What
got
the
high.
fuck?"
I
And
pooped in there.
He's like, I'll just say one of the kids did it, and she'll fucking throw it away." And I was like, "What the hell?"
Hey, bro, I was gonna eat that.
I could have ate that.
What's
you
your fucking
dick.
problem? All right, don't take any more bites. I'm having the rest of it.
It's
It
mine.
almost, you
We're
guys almost
splitting it
make
now. Good news.
You guys almost make it sound like public school is the way to go because I didn't have the option
No,
for any
obviously
kind.
private school is the way to
No,
go.
obviously
No,
private
I didn't
school is
have
how you
any
get
kind of
it.
home ec shit until I got to high school, and
Yeah,
even
because you
then,
have, because they assume you have money and you don't need to know how to
'cause
cook.
you have
It's
kids
because
fucking
I'll hire a
fine.
maid.
Yeah.
People
I
cook
guess
for
that's
you.
Because
Or
you
they-
go to goddamn private school, costs as much as going to college.
They don't have home ec at regular schools anymore either.
And no, and I don't. I, yeah,
It's
I think
dying.
that was just
Gone.
like
Well, we also
that was like a we're old.
we also had
Yep.
wood,
situation.
quote unquote wood shop,
we had wood
where
shop.
all we did was cut
Yep.
little sticks. We didn't do work
Yeah,
with
that's
any
why
thing.
I
Make a
took
bridge.
art.
Well, we
made
made a
shanks, right?
bridge. You made a bridge
For the prison
out of fucking
people.
little.
And they would pull down on it with a
fucking
little hook,
sticks.
gimbal.
Yeah.
I took art with Mrs. Taylor because she's like a giant hippie.
Is that
Yeah.
Mr. Taylor's
Like
wife?
that
No,
too,
Miss
yeah.
Rice.
Miss Rice,
Miss
right?
Oh, okay.
Rice. Yeah,
Well,
that
Miss
was
Taylor.
No,
Miss
Taylor at Brunel.
Miss Tyler.
Oh.
Tyler, and her husband was a band teacher. He
Band
died
teacher's
recently.
wife.
R.I.P.
Oh, really?
All right.
Sorry
that
about
guy.
that.
That's sad.
I had your
Yeah.
aunt as an art teacher when I was in 8th
Yeah.
grade.
Everyone
Miss
knows.
Nauman.
Fucking all my friends know.
You went
my
to Herman
aunt,
and you
yeah.
Was
had
she
Miss
good?
Nauman. That's my aunt.
Was she a good teacher?
She's a huge
I don't
hippie.
know.
So
I don't know, dude.
I
Yeah,
would
she's
think
a hippie
so.
too.
She's like, here, smoke this and draw something.
all fucking middle school art teachers.
She was
smoked some weed
cool.
in their
No, she
time.
was cool.
Could you imagine if teachers were like that in high school? Like college, you
Miss
might
Rice is a
actually
fatty
run into a
hippie.
professor
Dude,
who's
I
like,
remember-
just smoke some weed, you'll be fine.
I remember
good.
she used to let
Yeah.
she used to let us because you had the class where you like whatever cook stuff in a kiln. You make pottery.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, pottery.
And like if
I
you
wanted
didn't
to
pay
take one
your
of those.
fee for the pottery, she kept whatever you made. And so like I'd go in there and be like, I'm taking all this shit. And like I had a bunch of them in my room, like
Really?
cool ones
Oh,
that
nice.
people made. And
I
like
tried.
yeah.
I tried to make a pipe because she was like,
Yeah.
if it looks like a pipe, I'm gonna
Same.
break
we did that
it."
in high school.
So what
Yeah.
I did is I made a big monster and I had a hollowed out.
Yeah, a bunch of
middle,
people try to do that,
hollowed out
too.
head. I fucking dug a fat like hole into the mouth and it went to
The
a
bigger
hole
ball.
through the tail.
What we
But I've never tried to hit at it. It still sits in my room.
what,
I've
what
never
we had
once
figured
set
out
some
is
kind of it.
that like if you just take the clay and just make the pipe and then put it in their cubby and let it dry, it's not going to be like an actual piece of pottery,
Kiln, yeah.
but you can still smoke out of it because
Plenty
Tim did.
easy too.
I
It's
made
wet,
like
so it doesn't burn.
no joke. I made like 12 of those.
I wanted
Yeah,
to
no,
take a
you
pottery.
sold them.
Did I? Yeah,
I think you
sold them.
probably sold them for like $5
Yeah,
or something like that.
I think
Nice.
Tim bought it.
Yeah.
I wanted to take a pottery class when I was at junior college, but then I was talking to my dad about it, and he looked at me. He's
It's a
like, "If
waste
you
of
want to take
time.
that, you're gonna pay for it." And I was like, "Never mind, I'm not gonna take it."
It is a waste.
Those
Well,
art
exactly. It
classes
doesn't
are
mean
a waste
anything.
of
But creative
But you know,
arts, yo.
If they had like a class where they
Cool.
teach you how to
Learn
work
that
on
on your
cars,
own.
I would take that at a JC
They do.
right
Yeah.
now.
They have it at
But you-
Evergreen.
they
well,
do,
you can get
but-
mechanic certified at like
Yeah,
Evergreen and
that's-
stuff like
that's
that.
the thing.
Program.
It's a program. You
Yeah.
have to be in the program. You can't just take
I
classes.
see what you're
You
saying.
don't
I
just
see what
take
you're
a few
saying.
classes.
So like
to
I can't get in the
learn, yeah.
program. I don't want. I'm not going to be going full time.
Maintenance 101.
You
need
can't.
to
You
be-
can't just go
yeah.
take one class where they teach you how to work on cars. You have to join the program, which is funded by Honda. Because I went to that school and I looked into it while because they had it going on when I was there, and I talked to some like Asian
Evergreen?
dude. At Evergreen, yeah.
Okay.
Because Honda funds that thing, but you have to join the program, and it's kind of hard to get into for one, and two, it's for full time students only.
Did
Yeah,
that
you gotta
change
go with that
recently? Because my brother took the mechanic program at Evergreen, and he didn't actually have to sign up for anything specific. He just signed up for classes. He didn't have to like
But
do
did he go
anything
full time,
special.
or did he just take one class?
He might have been part time,
Yeah, but
in the
you-
sense where he wasn't taking a full time load, maybe like a class less. but he was like 1 credit away from getting his like mechanical
I
whatever.
mean,
the
if they
fuck
let me do the
certification
program and
shit.
just do like one class
automatic
at a time,
mechanical shit.
like just go on like
Yeah.
Tuesdays and Thursday
Make it
nights and
easy.
be like, I'm gonna go work on
But
cars.
even then,
now.
it's becoming so
Night
obsolete.
classes.
Well, it's
More and more. It'll be good for
nah,
your own
you're still
car.
gonna.
I think it will
mechanics
just
will always have a
change.
job.
Just think of it this
Someone's
way.
gotta
No,
fix
well,
this
they'll
shit.
just-
long
I mean,
time.
well, it'll
if
just
like
change.
Or unless they get robots to do it. No,
if
that's
like
not true.
Tesla becomes the standard for cars, those classes are going to change to
Sure,
accommodate those.
it's the same thing.
Like,
You'd just
learning
be doing with an electric.
capacities.
You still have to take things out
Yeah,
and
you
replace
still have
parts.
to know shit.
It still has working parts. It's not like I feel like people think like a Tesla motor. It's like just one solid like battery
box.
or something.
It's a computer.
It's still a fucking motor. It's
Yeah.
just run on. It's not a combustion engine.
Yeah.
it's run through
But I think those
electricity.
like auto
The big-
mechanic like classes will just change to like adhere more to
I
those
wonder how long it'll
industries.
take.
If you drive down I-5, they have these Tesla gas stations that
yeah?
they're not open yet.
Oh,
Like
they're being
but-
built right now or something.
But the idea is you go in there, you drive into this thing. It's an automated system. It takes the battery off your car, switches it for a new one
Like
or
a
for another
robot
one.
Does it?
Like another used one. Yeah, a robot does it.
Oh shit.
Because then you don't have to like actually wait like an hour and a half to charge your car.
Holy
it just
shit.
switches the battery. But if you go down I-5 and you get off at some of the gas stations that are regular gas stations,
Yeah.
like across the street, it'll be right there. But it's not open. It's just like you see.
They're
you
in
see what it
development.
looks like. They're built. They're just sitting there.
How expensive is that? Like if you're literally exchanging your battery for another battery.
They're all whispering to each other over there. What's going on?
I'm thinking about kicking your ass.
You think about
Oh,
kicking
I'm
my ass?
sorry.
I said
We're
we should,
gonna-
As a group
we're gonna-
or as an individual?
we should stop talking about stupid fucking Tesla cars.
Well, no, I wanted to know this at least particular thing, like how to
None
like
of us
if it
know.
fucking
We don't
like
know it.
a robot takes it out of your car and inputs another one. Like, how do you pay for that? Because you're not when you buy the car,
still
you're
pay for-
paying for that.
still
They're
pay.
paying for that battery.
They have
So then when you do
technicians
these-
and shit. I took a tour through the Tesla factory, which was bullshit because like it's an engineering class we're taking it for. So you think you want to see the actual like the machine's working? Nope, everything's got this fucking
Down.
covering. Everything's got cover. So because I get it, it's,
Are they
it's
secretive?
with corporate espionage, they got
Okay.
like if they tell you like you pull your phone out,
No
once,
cell phones, no nothing.
then
Yeah,
you're gonna be fucked.
they have something like that at Flextronics.
You can't do it, Raptor.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it right there. Little guy right
Alright.
there.
I don't see a
I
shot.
think we're gonna start wrapping it up here, guys.
Are we wrapping it up or are we taking a break?
Oh, we're
Taking
gonna
a
take
break,
We're wrapping it up for
Oh,
a
we're taking
break.
wrap.
We
Rickle
gotta keep
pick or
got it. Rickle pick. But we got to keep it short. I say we have, one of those drinky poos, and we
And
come
a
back.
poopy
Austin, why don't you
poos and a
just
cigarette poo.
take us away?
Each moment I get about die a little. Can barely stand on my feet. Take a look in the mirror and cry. Lord, what you doing to me? Yeah, I have spent all my years believing in you. But I just can't get no relief. Lord, somebody, can anybody find me? Somebody to love. What up, guys? You're back with Hanging from the Rafters, I think. I don't know. I guess we're last. So you're back with with the Rafters. Hanging from the Rafters. I'm retarded. It's fucking me, my brother. We got Bryce here and Nikki, all on the mics.
It's been us the whole night, man. We had the You Sing and You Sing Good earlier with
Singing.
Daniel
Yep.
Walker of Owen Meady's batting average.
Yeah.
No, batting stance. I fucking
Batting
did that.
stance.
I fucking did that. I almost did it on the show too.
Batting average.
Yeah, I call it batting average. No,
Hey,
it's
that-
Owen Meany's batting stance. He told us the whole story about it, but I'll be completely honest, I wasn't listening.
That was a fucking crazy ass.
No, the
like,
story was
dark
actually really
story.
good. I don't really.
So I looked
Hit
up,
a home run and killed
I'm a
his
little
friend's
drunk
Glad
son.
that didn't
now.
end
So-
up on this stream.
So I looked up.
Oh, I didn't? What didn't?
Wait, what?
That story.
Okay.
I kind of came in the middle of it and turned it on.
Ooh, so yeah, he basically told us the story of how they got the name, and
Well,
it
that's
was really
where
cool.
so when I was looking
Everything's
earlier today, I was looking up like Owen Meany, who the fuck that is, and then I kept bringing out that whole book that Owen Meany's, whatever the fuck the book was that it's based off of.
Not
I love that book.
Animal Farm,
Owen
something
Meany's,
else.
whatever
It's-
the fuck the book is.
Yep, that's what it's called.
It's called Owen Meany's batting average.
Oh, is it? No.
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 And so
I
Piece
keep
of
fucking up the
shit.
name, so I keep,
Dumb
but
bad. I know
Owen Meany's batting stance. Talk to Daniel Walker.
yeah.
That dude's a fucking good singer.
He said
and
a lot of smart shit too.
He
so.
did. He said plethora, like,
Big
like at least
words.
twice.
Big words.
Yeah, he has books that he reads.
He's
and
studying for the SATs.
I
right
think he
now, so-
forgot
Yeah.
that we're drinking and smoking over here, so we're a little on the dumb side.
Remember to take turns.
Take turns.
Yeah,
like,
that was he even said he had a joint, but I didn't believe him because he was talking about books.
because he was still super
You're not
smart.
allowed-
He wasn't ripping. He wasn't ripping pages out of them either. He was reading that
He
shit.
was so excited to tell us that.
He loved books.
Oh shit, weed?
I heard fucking
weed.
Fahrenheit 451 over here. Like,
Yeah.
I've heard it.
oh,
You're
burn
not
some shit.
I've heard you're not using your paper for writing books, but for rolling doobies.
Thanks a lot, Daniel Walker.
Sounds about right. You fucking
But yeah,
stoner.
It's funny because I wish I would, like, in hindsight, I wish I would asked him, like, what kind of weed it was. I wanted to, like, I hella,
Right.
like, and as soon as I
Delve
heard he had a
into it.
joint, I wanted to be like, so how good's the weed? But you also, it's hard to, that's another one of those questions where, because I know I have a pretty high tolerance in comparison to a lot of other people.
The casual
that, like,
smokers.
when I tell a person, like, hey, how good is that? They're like, oh, it's fucking great. And
I don't
then,
believe
like,
anyone that says
Yeah,
that.
and
Wreck,
then I
man.
try some weed and it tastes like
Bullshit.
fucking, it just
It's
tastes
some
like
sour
shit.
D.
you both
Fight
dab
me.
a lot, though, don't you?
Not
Not
as
as
much as I
much,
used
yeah.
to, but yeah.
Okay. Because, like, I feel like I'm still a one-hit wonder sometimes, depending on the
I've been trying to
weed.
cut back.
Well, yeah.
I don't really.
It's a very
I dab
different.
as much during the day.
I've always felt like the dab is very different. Like the high is different. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
like
that's-
weed have more like watch TV. Like a dab, like I'm just like fucking baked.
Wired. Yeah. Loopy. I'm loopy right now. Let's do something. You gotta at
Killing
least,
it.
You gotta at least play a video game.
I've
Killing
usually
it.
only
Killing
dabbed
it.
when I've been drinking, so it's much more
That's
of a
no,
twisted
that's
thing.
no bueno. Yeah, if
No,
you're
it's
not-
been
fun.
great.
If
It's
you're not-
fun.
It's always great.
Yeah.
But if you're not used to dabbing,
I
that shit can
party.
go south on you real quick if you're fucking trying to take dabs while you're drunk.
The best time. The first time I ever did it.
Are you
we
talking
were-
about with Rafter?
Yeah, I don't think I told this
How
story on the
cute.
podcast. That's why. I was at Ricky's house. We've had him on here before. Ricky's a good friend of ours. We were partying in San
supposed to be
Francisco
watching
at his
soon.
place. They had like a New Year's party or some shit like that, and Rafter had just gotten a rig or something like that. Anyhow, we're at Ricky's place, and Rafter's like, "Hey man, want to take a dab?" And I'm like, "Yeah, actually, I'd like to try this because you had given it a shot and you liked it." So I go for it. And like it immediately like collapses your chest. It fucks you up, man. I was not ready for this.
When I first started dabbing, every time I did it, I would throw up.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh my god.
Just coughing so hard,
I
like,
didn't
and I'm
throw
not
up.
used to it.
I didn't throw up, but dude, it takes it out of you. It's like your soul is gone. You hunch over and everything because you can barely breathe. You can't even keep yourself straight up. Oh my god,
Yeah, you
it
get
tears you up.
lightheaded and shit.
Yeah.
Well, it's
You have to
fr- and
remember
so-
to like suck in, like
Yeah.
Well, it's also,
And they cough
especially
with it,
considering
suck in and
that
cough.
we had absolutely no understanding of taking low temp dabs.
Nope.
It's something
Yeah,
that, like,
it was just burn that
so they're
shit.
Fucking red hot
Did you
dabs.
say
are
Yeah.
destroying
you
your
mean where you
chest.
actually monitor like
temperature.
the
Well,
heat,
yes.
like David, right?
Well, like I
David
do.
Yes,
Foster?
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I-
what
I do a
band is
time.
he in?
I want
He was in. He
He is
at,
in
some band. He works for Pinup
some bitch.
Pinup Productions. Shout out, I guess,
at the
to
Throne of
them.
Tyranny.
That's
But
right.
David
I've
over there,
tyranny.
he knows the science
Oh, I know that guy.
behind
So I've
dabbing,
always-
like
I-
straight up.
I've always wanted to get like a heat temp gun and shit because that's supposed to be the best way you do it. But
He
I
knows
do
exactly what
I
you
do
want.
I do a time on time off thing. Like I'll
Yeah.
do 20.
That's
20
what he was
seconds on,
saying.
20
Isn't that
off
what
or
the email
so.
is good
Yeah.
for? Is it keeps it at a
Yeah,
constant,
it's a
The,
constant
the
temperature.
email, yeah, that thing is a godsend.
We need to get another one.
Yeah,
That was
We
a
need to
great
get an
idea.
expensive.
Oh, is
They're
yours
like 60
old
bucks,
or
aren't they?
something?
We need to get an American.
went out
one,
eventually.
too. It was good, but like I hated that like. I don't know if like maybe I'm just over projecting something, but I was because it was
Complaining like a
Chinese like fucking electronics. I was constantly worried that I was gonna like leave it on or I was gonna walk away from it, think it's off, and it turns on and fucking burns my brother's house down. And so
Yeah.
we had.
Oh
This,
yeah, I used to
we had
every
this-
every
I
day
would-
when I go to work, I'd text Tim to go check it and make sure. It's
I'd go and I'd-
never once had I ever left it on ever.
Ever,
but
yeah.
just
you
the-
worry about it.
It's not even
Well,
the burning
one-
down the house.
one
It's
time,
the dog.
One time we did,
Yeah.
and before you even had the dog, one time we did, but we only went to the fucking Quick Stop real quick, and it came back like 10 minutes later.
Right.
But we came out like, oh shit, that was still on. Oh my god, like fucking freaking out. But yeah, it was always the worry about like the dog. That fucking it's gonna be, fuck. That's gonna be my fault that the dog.
Yeah,
fucking-
You guys were just worried about like a
I would just,
like,
fucking
a
surge or
spark
something.
him
or just
getting
it
hurt
What's
in
the
any
word
way.
for
Whatever,
that?
like,
an
It
electrical,
fall,
like,
anything. It falls over.
falling over.
You have to understand, like it's gonna
He gets
keep
so
being
hot.
It's still gonna keep being hot until like
30
it
or
gets
40 minutes
unplugged or
after.
something, until it burns through the fucking floor.
Okay,
Like it's
yeah.
it's something that's
There's
constant.
no safety shit on that, right?
No. I maybe the good ones have
Maybe
like
the newer ones.
like a timer that would be smart.
And you're rich.
I think
ones.
there are ones that are like.
We got ours from like fucking
like
China,
the heaters
piece of
that if they
shit.
fall over, they turn off so they don't burn your house down. They have that.
That would be hard to
That
do
I don't
because
even think they have that.
because
it's more
the-
a time.
it's
like,
coming
thing.
out and it's just it's basically it's a piece of metal. Like you have your nail like I have already that we hit with the torch. Mm-hmm. Except for you put this little thing on top of it and it like kind of screws into it. So the nail's in here and it's around it. Mm-hmm. And then it puts electricity into it, which heats that little coil, which
Yeah.
heats the nail up
Yeah.
to a certain temperature. And so, like, if it fell over, it would just keep burning. There's nothing until it like gets unplugged or the whole fucking bitch burns down.
It's just gonna keep
It's
It's a
going.
whole bitch.
That's what
He
I
would just keep
all I would ever
burning.
think of is the fucking like just the dog in here. Like he doesn't know what to do. He's scared. The fucking house is burning down.
Yeah.
And like he's got to die of like inhalation. And like I couldn't live with myself, dude. Like
No, I
so
totally
like
get that.
almost every fucking day, knowing that like I even did like a thing where when I would leave, like I would just be like. It's off. Like I would say it to myself because that's important
You
to remember.
check,
They
stuff.
say
Yeah.
like
It's
pinch
off.
Have you heard like
Yeah, or
pinch
pinch
yourself?
yourself,
They
like,
say, 'cause you
There's
remember
different
the
like
pain.
things that you remember.
Yeah.
I have
Even then, I couldn't trust myself. Like
It's
nope.
yeah.
I have a ritual or like kind of like a fucking thing. Like before I leave my house, even if I haven't taken a dab in like 4 hours,
OCD.
it's kind of just
It's easy as
it's
1, 2,
developed.
3.
It's kind of almost developed OCD where it's like I've been leaving my house halfway to work and shit. I didn't check. Oh my god, I didn't check. I'm gonna freak out all night because I didn't check.
exactly
Hopefully,
what's
like,
gonna happen.
thank God those few times I could call my sister and be like, hey, can you check? Go in, check
Yeah.
my torch or my
Yeah.
rig. But I do fucking
At
make
le-
sure the
at
tip is
least-
cool, the thing's off, do that twice,
At-
go to the nail, check that 3 times, make sure that's cool before I leave.
At least like at the house, like
Someone might be there.
yeah, like mom's there and
Mom's
she's
out
not
of
out of
town.
town.
There's been
Like,
those
if
times.
she's out of town,
yeah.
you're fucked.
Those
but,
are the
like-
times. Those are the scariest ones. Those are the ones where like I have to do a bunch of shit for like make sure the house is locked. I have to fucking. I've always worried that I forgot like locked my dogs out. So I
Yep.
gotta make sure they're inside before I leave. Make sure the house is locked up before I leave. Otherwise, fucking they get broken in. It's my fault. Like all these things are like.
I
worries
decided
about
to get
shit
up
for
like
me.
early and like cook breakfast for myself because I feel like part of that thing where I get sick is that like I'm hungry and like my body
you have caffeine.
doesn't deal with like hunger pains well. Like it makes me extremely queasy and I want to throw
Yeah.
up.
Yep.
You need
And so
food.
like sometimes when I'm hungry, like I need to eat. Like if I don't eat, then I'm gonna get sick.
Yeah.
And so I figured like I'll get up like 20 minutes earlier and I just cook some eggs and I have like some sausage. And you just really just need to reheat.
Yeah,
It
that's
takes
good.
like 10 minutes. So like of course as soon as I get to work, like I'm questioning whether I turn the thing off. I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
I do remember doing it, but it's part of like it's
You're
the
just not sure.
You
it's
worry.
it's the worry thing. It's the OCD thing. It's like I'm a stoner and I forget to do things
Yeah,
sometimes.
well, yeah.
And I don't trust myself.
What's
like
the ramifications of what's happened? You're so even though you turn that thing off or whatever, you're not 1,000, bro. Fucking 100% sure.
1,000%.
1,000%. I feel like an ass even saying that, but
No.
100% sure. And so you're just gonna constantly question because you know there are huge ramifications to you forgetting that thing and this thing going wrong.
I
Big
mean,
time.
this might sound a little bougie, but I mean, for me,
bougie?
for
Bad
me
bougie?
personally, like I worry
Bad
about
bougie.
when the gardeners come because they don't always shut the
'Cause you're
gate
afraid
in
of
my backyard.
Mexicans?
No, I'm half Mexican myself, so I don't have no
That's
fear
funny.
of them because of us.
You said them.
Yeah, I know because I'm a
You
little more
said
white.
them.
I'm more white than anything because it's privilege, you know. Anyway, but like the thing is, like when my gardeners come for my house, like I have to check the gates to make sure that they shut them for my dog not to get out. And like
Yeah.
that's one of those things you don't usually think about. You just kind of like
I-
let my dog go shit, let him out.
I've thought like a few times of like putting Mo outside because especially because he keeps like shitting in the house.
Oh, does he?
I just don't like. He's done it a few times
He jumps
because
with his
you know what it
cat
is.
and-
It's not that he's not house trained because it only started happening recently. it's when it's
Is he here by himself a long
when
while?
when it's cold in the morning, his happy ass doesn't want to go out there and stand out there long enough to take a shit.
Because he's
Like I have to make him go pee, and sometimes he won't even do that.
Just like my
He'll
dog.
hold the pee all day, and like,
Yep.
or even worse, if it's fucking raining, like he won't go out there.
My dog
I'll
the same.
and he won't
Oh,
pee
good.
either. Like even if I've gone out there and stood in the rain with him, like go, and he just like comes up and he stands by the door, like let me back in. It's raining.
Yeah,
That is
please.
exactly.
You're
You are
supposed
not
to be
alone.
a goddamn dog, you
That's how
fucking
it is.
pansy.
You
It's
are
just
not
that whole,
alone. My
fuck's
dog
sake.
will stand by the door while it's raining and look outside. And like he had been whining to go out.
Yep.
But as soon as he sees that it's raining, he's like, I don't
Oh no, it's
Our
right.
dog-
Oh,
I think
no,
I'll just
I
pee
can't do that.
inside. It's
I never.
fine.
Well, our dog never gave a shit. Like my,
he just
my
went-
parents' dog don't
like
care.
Loki and Spencer.
Well,
They just went out no
It's
matter
funny,
what.
now,
It's probably because like pit bulls don't have very much like
Well,
they don't have
he
any
was also-
hair.
I think he
so
was
like
a
he gets
stray.
really cold all the time.
Yeah, that's
Like-
true.
like-
Especially in the rain.
If it's cold, like a cold night or whatever, if I don't put like a blanket on him, he shivers.
Yeah.
low shivers.
And so like that, like at night when he sleeps, he's got to go under the
not a
blankets,
lot
and he
hairier, though,
has
too.
to
No, he
he has to
does.
touch my leg
he hasn't
because
shaved.
us touching makes like a lot. It like conducts heat, which is fine in the winter. It's nice in the winter, like,
Sucks ass
but in the
in
fucking summer, like I wake up and I'm just drenched in sweat.
or you're halfway off the bed because you do that like unconscious move yourself
Yeah.
when you feel the
Hey.
heat, and so it's
Cigarette.
you say it's when you wake up and you wake up and you're about to fall. I'm about to fall off the bed. Those times that like I fucking stayed here watched him, and I wake up and he's all still
Hit it a
jammed
bu-
up against
hit
me.
it a bunch of times.
But I'm
Just
sitting
a
there.
lot.
I'm sitting there just
Shitload.
fucking.
It's weak.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Tim just brought me a bunch of new ones, and it's
It's
weak.
the things-
It is. It's very weak. Those things suck.
I think I don't mind those. I don't know if you just
the
like
ones
have.
that came in the little containers.
Well, while we're
Yeah,
talking
I-
about weed again, I'm gonna finish that story. I've been waiting for a spot right here the whole time. We just said weed, so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
So
by
I-
the time-
Hey,
So-
so steamrolling you. Just raise your hand.
It was. I don't want to do that, dude. It was good conversation.
I do. You've seen me like.
Yeah,
I'm trying
but,
to
but
talk.
you were
So-
rolling, dude. You guys were rolling, and
Yeah.
it was good.
Yeah, you don't.
But
wanna
now
know.
we're talking about
Let it
weed
go.
again, and now
Yeah,
we're
go
talking about
ahead.
the sad little puppies
Smoke
that
this
can't
weed?
poop outside in the rain. Goddamn.
Unpooping
It's sad.
So I take this dab, and like I said, it fucking takes the shit
yeah.
out of you right off the gate, right? And so me and Big Raptor are sitting in the house, and like the party's kind of outside the room that we're at. It's me and him sitting on like ottomans,
Yeah,
On a
like-
couch,
kind of like
holding hands.
facing each
Yeah.
other, holding hands.
Butt fucking.
Butt fucking. You know, we were doing that like 15 minutes before. Then we
You're
decided
best friends,
to smoke weed.
right?
He's like,
Staring-
try
Are you
this
not?
dab. It'll help
Staring-
your asshole feel
staring
better.
longingly.
Best
into each
friends
other's
make your
eyes.
asshole feel
You know,
better.
things that quote unquote best friends do.
When you're gonna dab,
Make your
yeah,
asshole
Yeah,
feel
when you're
better.
gonna dab. Anyway, so that happens, and like I go and I cough, and I look off to the side,
You sucks your
and I
dick.
just kind of look up at the TV, but Raptor's looking at me
Take it easy.
sideways, and I look back at Raptor, and he goes, "Dude, I just saw you get high." And
Oh, yeah,
in the
that was
time that
crazy.
he said when he
I
said
think I
that,
was there.
my eyes, I felt them
Yeah,
go
yeah, it was when Ricky first moved in there. I'm like,
right
I had bought
after
the
I
ring.
took that draw and I coughed it out and I finished coughing. I felt my eyes glaze over, like a layer, like washed over my eyes. That is
white
when
to red all of a sudden.
I
Like,
I think I
Yep.
was.
Shit.
I think I was there. 'Cause
Didn't
I
you?
remember I
You
used,
were
I
there,
was the one
yeah.
who brought the ring.
no,
at
yeah,
the
because there's
time,
no.
so
That was when I
wanted-
first
yeah.
started dabbing, and there's no way I would have done it on my own.
I
Like,
was
you used to do it
always-
for me
yeah,
all the
I had-
time initially.
But Bryce didn't start dabbing until later in his weed life, right?
Well, this was also.
neither
later.
did
Yeah.
I really. It,
My
just,
first-
it wasn't
Well,
a thing for a long
you-
time.
I mean,
You were
he didn't start
definitely- it was-
smoking
it was
weed
you
until
that
he was
said
like
that.
18.
You're like, dude, I just saw
I
you get
definitely
after
high.
high
said it.
school.
He was probably there for that
Yeah,
party.
No, I don't. I thought you started
Yeah, I
smoking
think-
in high school. Yes.
No, Bryce didn't
I
smoke
tried
until
it in
after.
high school a couple of times, but it wasn't until after senior
He
year
wasn't like a
football.
full. Tim was a stoner.
You were a
Like
stoner. Like
Joe
fucking-
or
yeah.
Tim was the
Bryce
first
was like
person I
the
smoked with.
like, oh, it's fucking thing. I'm gonna go smoke with these guys, and like I remember I was such a square.
my
Like I'd be like,
freshman year.
I'm not gonna go with. I don't
You
want
were a
to go.
square? Oh, fuck.
I didn't do any. I didn't smoke weed, and I didn't drink
Oh man, the
until
first
was
time I got
21.
really super ripped, he was there and he's like, "I'm not gonna smoke," but like he drank. Not a lot. Yeah, I think he drank a little bit,
Yeah,
but
even
remember,
then, like
Yeah.
my drinking was bullshit. Like, especially like knowing who I am now. Like, I used to be like, I'm gonna have one of your drinks. Like, look at me, I'm a cool guy drinking. But like, if I really like, it's fucking me. So like, if I really wanted to get into it, it'd be like, I need like 12 of those.
I remember when we had heard that you started smoking with Anthony, we were like, "Oh,
Everyone's hella just for like.
It was
Wait,
Kyle's
why
fault.
didn't you? Why
Yeah.
didn't you do it with
Kyle
me
Palmer.
my first time? What
Everyone
the
was so
hell?
mad.
Well, I mean, at first, and then we realized like, it doesn't change anything. We're just gonna go smoke.
What did you-
smoke with you
This
from
became
now
a beautiful
on.
thing.
What did you guys start off doing first? Drinking or
Coke.
smoking?
Weed.
Bunch of coke.
Heroin. I started.
Weed?
I started heroin
weed
and
might
worked
Then I
backwards.
weaned off.
So you started.
It was the day before Christmas
12.
break, my freshman
how old
year.
were you?
I was
Oh, so
14.
like 13,
Smack it up.
14?
14, yeah.
14? Okay.
I remember smoking in Bryce's car, his old one that got
His Mitsubishi?
the Mirage, actually.
Oh.
that got
Yeah.
crashed
Yeah.
into.
Oh, are you gonna tell the story?
Yes, I'm
Are
gonna
you?
tell the
It's not
story.
even a
So-
car.
All right,
It's
you
just
gotta
Mirage.
hear this. This is hilarious.
So I was a pretty new smoker.
Was I there?
I was a pretty new smoker at this point. Maybe like
Noob.
fucking
the
month,
double O's
1 or
or
2
zeros?
months smoking weed at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And this is my first time hitting a bong. But Bryce
Manfred Do Good.
Bryce had a little
that the
bong.
name of
maybe
the
a-
That
bong?
was the name of the bong. It was my
Okay.
first bong ever.
maybe
It
a-
was huge.
Maybe a 1 or 2 footer. It's like
For a first time bong, it was a ripper. It was like
It was a
foot
big
long.
one for a first
Yeah.
timer.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was a
got it,
do-gooder.
got it.
And so
was good.
fucking we're ripping bongs with not just
I
is it
think
Justin?
I feel like it was Justin.
Asian one. Fucking
No, Dan. Dan.
No, it was the one from Tiso, the Asian Justin.
He's
Justin
not,
was
he's not Asian.
Not
He's white as pale as hell.
Mexican, the one with the glasses.
Victor.
Victor.
He
Victor
does,
was the one.
he does
okay.
look Asian.
Victor.
Okay.
Victor looks Asian.
He
that's
does.
right.
He Victor Espinoza, and yeah, he looks Asian. He's not
Oh,
Filipino
he's
either.
Mexican. Okay, so
What does he smell?
He's
like?
Mexican.
he's Mexican, yeah.
But he looks Asian. It's
He
weird.
looks
Super
Asian,
fair
yeah.
skin. He's got like almost yellow skin. Very
Is he,
fair
like,
skin.
Filipino?
His sister.
No,
went
I
to
just
high
said it. I
school.
disclaimed that he's Mexican. He is not Filipino.
Like straight up.
Disclaimer.
Mexican.
Anyway, so you're smoking.
We're sitting there smoking in the car. We're all ripping fucking bowls in his car.
Bowls
at
on bowls
one,
on bowls.
At one point, like it comes to me, my fucking first time ripping a bong. Take a
Hard.
fat rip where like I milked it heavy and I was going.
took
like
it all in,
Well, I was
too,
going at like a
'cause you ain't no
pipe.
bitch.
I was going at
Oh,
like a pipe.
bitch.
So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to draw on the first draw, and then Bryce leans his hand over and pulls the bowl for me, and I just get that fucking
wasn't ready.
suck of a thick yellow smoke. Well, and so like I fucking blow it out, coughing like a motherfucker, and like
Yep.
I think I'm good. And he's like, "You good? You good?" And I'm shaking my head, yeah. Start scrambling for the door handle, just trying to reach it as
You
fast
yacked
because
it?
I am fucking gonna.
Dude, he's
yak.
like ripping the side paneling apart, just trying to find this
Yeah.
little handle of a door. Yeah, and
It was-
the
Let me
the
worst
fuck
part,
outta here.
and the worst part was it was locked at the time too.
Yeah.
So we had to like he
had
did.
to find the lock.
Go ahead,
before
keep
it's-
going.
I'm scrambling for the handle. Pull a handle once, nothing. Fucking scramble for the lock, get the handle, and as I'm like leaning over the door,
Opening the door, you're
a hard fucking yak, and it goes straight on the window onto the side.
He opens the
panel.
car door, but
Yeah.
leans over the
Like right
the
over
door
the
and the
door.
window
Like,
itself.
I
He doesn't.
couldn't get the door open far enough before I fucking.
needed something to hold you up,
Instead
though.
of just puking out into the curb.
Yeah, and so fucking it's all over, and like I'm sitting there like leaning over this spitting it out, coughing it out, and all I'm expecting is I'm gonna get back in, and Bryce is gonna be pissed.
No,
I just threw
he's
up
a good
all
guy.
over. Well, so this is where fucking his
He
side of the
beat you
story
up,
him-
right?
Well, so I'm getting in, and Bryce is first told me he's like I was a little kind of pissed at first, and then Victor goes, "You did take a fat rip though." And so like as I get in, and like both of them was like, "Yeah!"
We like applauded him.
Man, I fucking
That's fucking great.
went to the gas station and just cleaned it all off. And I was like, "All right, we're fucking."
It was so annoying, but it was like it worked out. Like while he was puking, like that's what Victor says to me. He's
Was
like,
that your
dude, you could be mad. He's like, but that was a fat rip.
was that your like first experience being high?
No,
No,
my first
no.
experience
No?
was freshman year.
I think that was just the first time you
okay.
smoked out of my bong.
Austin,
Yeah,
you
first time out
go
of
for
a
your
bong.
first time. Bryce can go for his first time, and then I'll go
it
for
was
my first time.
freshman year, the day before Christmas break. Freshman year.
Thank
my-
God for
my-
Pepperidge
Jesus.
Farms remembers.
Yeah, my buddy Dylan,
Jesus
I had
Christ.
7th period with him. We had like a computer class, which was the biggest waste of time class because it was about the hardware, but they didn't tell you like actually really
Like,
teach you. Like our teacher,
Any
it was
programming
just a
How to
weird
type.
online thing that you just did fucking A B C D answers,
Oh.
scan chart tables. I would do my work and then I would do Dylan's work, and then we would be done for the day every
got
day.
high.
It would take me like 15 minutes. That day is like he asked, "What are you doing after school?" I was like, "I don't know, I'll probably walk home, fucking hang out." He's like, "I'm gonna go meet up with Jeff and get high." And I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, come." And he's like, "Yeah, if you want." And so I'm walking with him. We run into our other buddy Kevin. This is also Kevin's first time smoking weed too. He's like, "Where you guys going?" We're gonna go in the hills and smoke weed with Jeff. And so he's like, let me come with you. And we fucking go venture to the hills. He had a weird, like, cigarette sneak-a-toke that fucking
Is this the Lord of the
sucked
Rings beginning?
dick.
It sounds like it.
Yeah,
in the
it's
Fuck
fellowship
each other
together.
eventually.
The fellowship
'cause
of the
it's
weed.
like Sam and Frodo.
Fellowship of the
This is
Weed.
full thing. And so fucking, he has a shitty sneak-a-toke he's trying to clean out. And my biology teacher comes jogging Mr. I can't remember, fucking De Leon or something like that.
Buttfuck.
But he
Mr.
comes
Buttfuck.
he comes jogging up. He's like, "Hey, Austin." I was like, "Oh fuck me!" Like I'm I'm fucked.
Oh shit!
And
Yeah.
so Dylan bends over like fucking
Muslim and
hard
dad.
bends
Shows his
over,
ass, yep.
trying to like hide it so he can keep cleaning the
Shows
fucking
his ass. He
sneak-a-toke
pulls his
out.
dick out.
And so he's like, "What are you guys doing?" I was like, "We're just walking." And
Smoking weed.
he's like, "Is your friend eating something down there?" And like I didn't realize.
Yeah, he's
I
hungry.
think in hindsight he thought
having a
he
sandwich.
was like getting rid of like drugs by eating them. And I was like, "Yeah, he's got a
Like
peanut or
mushrooms or
something,
something?
there."
What is he, an idiot? You're not a cop. Put it in my pocket. Go fuck
You're
yourself.
Yeah,
a fucking
yeah,
teacher.
bro.
What are you gonna do?
I was just
We're not at school.
I'm a 14-year-old freshman, so
What authority
I'm
you got?
terrified
Scared
that
as
I'm about to
shit.
get
Yeah.
expelled for this.
Yeah,
And so he's
definitely.
like, he said, "What, is he eating something down there?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, he must be eating
Underwear.
a peanut
sorry.
or something."
Twinkie.
And so fucking, we smoke a bunch of weed. We throw rocks at Jeff and cause a fat welt on his finger because fucking Kevin caught him perfectly on his finger. It's huge fucking welt there.
You were throwing rocks at him?
Yeah, we were throwing rocks from the
Let
top
he
of the
without
hill.
sin and
It's
cast
how you
first
treat your
stone.
friends.
And then
Get
we
stoned first.
We go back to Jeff's house and we're sitting in his
Stoned.
room, and like my buddy Kevin says like he's like, "Oh yeah, where's your garbage?" And I'm just like, "Oh, it's right over there." And
We
then,
don't even
out of
have one, man.
out of nowhere, Dylan just goes, "Garbage," and I
Garbage.
fucking cried. I was crying.
That was all it
laughing.
took.
He was just a quick. He wasn't just off garbage. And I was like, "How this is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life." At this
You're
point.
a genius, a comedic genius.
Garbage.
Garbage.
Are you gonna go next, Bryce, or should I go next?
First time I got high
First time I
You're
is
going-
not the
okay.
same time as the first time that I smoked.
Yeah, same thing for me.
Yeah. First
yeah,
time I got
that's very
high,
good for
One
me,
hit in
too.
8th grade. And
we
then
got
I
a
high.
dub of alleged purple, which to this day I'm gonna go ahead and say it probably wasn't because it's weed from a street dealer.
It was a half.
And we
purple.
were hanging out with
Lavender.
It was Tim.
Train wreck, dude.
It was Tim,
Blue
Big
Dream.
Rafter, Jessica Gomes, her sister, I
Name
think
calling.
Sarah Berger. I think because you were with her.
Wait, Joe's sister?
Yeah, so we can go
Okay.
ahead and cut all of this out.
Where's his
And
name?
we can just put our commercial sponsorship for stamps.com.
Damn it.
Stamps.com.
Stamps.com's out now. They just called
Stamp,
it.
stamp, stamp.
So they're out? That's impressive.
Tell me fuck
So
off.
we it was like summer and we went to this park. It was on Lean or whatever, right?
Loch Lena?
No, we went
No.
to the one by Oak Ridge Mall.
Oh, okay.
No,
by Oak Ridge
No.
Yes,
elementary
but
school.
yes.
Are you talking about like
Oh,
Dolly?
okay.
Not Dolly
What was it
Park.
called?
I just
on that corner.
I don't remember, but it doesn't matter. It was on like just
Calero?
no.
There's a bunch of
That's
actually
on
parks
Cahalan.
over there.
Oh, yeah, that's
Cahalan's on Cahalan.
It's on
Yeah, Cahalan Park.
Cahalan.
No, Calero is the one right by Oak Ridge Elementary.
It doesn't matter. It's
Hey,
one of those.
fuck
It's
yourself.
one of those on Lean before Santa Teresa. if
It's
you're coming
extremely
from Boston
important that
Hill.
we map it.
Are you talking
guys
about like
gotta know where
Dottie,
we're
where
at. It's
that
on the
one
screen
bitch like
scrolling at the
drowned?
No, we loved that pond though. We loved Dottie's pond.
Dottie Pond.
That's where
Dottie's
we went
pond
to
was
smoke
fun.
weed.
We
I have
used
a
to smoke a
story
bunch of
about
weed
that.
there.
Everyone went there to smoke weed, but they also knew it was a bad idea to go there to smoke weed.
But
Yeah.
I guess
Cops
I guess
patrolled
Bryce should
there.
finish
Always.
the story
yeah,
though.
Always.
Because cops are there all the time.
Twice an hour or some
Yep.
shit.
But so we went to this park, and I just remember like after smoking, like I felt like I was blind because like it was dark, but there was the yellow lights from for night,
Space.
you know,
Lights and shit, yeah.
and the street lights further out from the park where we're at. I just remember taking a picture, being on top of this elephant, but I don't remember like what I
Where the
saw.
elephant came from.
I just remember hearing like no, move back and like stuff like that.
Oh yeah, 'cause they had one of those elephants made out of like
Yeah,
concrete.
and we all
Yeah,
sat
yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
yeah.
We all sat on it, and then like took a
I remember
picture.
those pictures.
And then I remember feeling so cool because I finished my night out sleeping on Jessica's sister's boobies. And I'm not even joking, dude. Like she was like
Slept
literally
on
like
her titties?
we were watching movies or whatever, and like
Sucked
fell
her
asleep
titties?
there. I think we stayed over the night there or whatever.
Yeah, we did.
What?
And like I fucking got to like lay in her lap, dude. I was like a 16-year-old kid. I'm like, dude, I'm fucking cool right now.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
or like 18-year-old kid. I can't
Yeah,
remember how old I
super
was.
hard.
How old were we? Who
You
fucking
sucked your
cares?
titties?
I didn't suck her titty.
I remember we slept at her house.
Suck her
We slept
titties?
at her house on her floor,
Yeah.
and her mom came in the morning, opened the door, and we were all like, there was like 3 of us sleeping on the floor.
Yeah.
And like I just pretended to be asleep.
I'm dead right now.
We all did it, and then as soon as she walked out the door, we all like popped up.
Like,
And then like
fuck
she's like,
outta
"You guys
here.
were all playing possum."
yeah, that's what she said. She always said goofy shit like that too. You all playing possum.
You want to hear about my like first high experience?
Yeah, I think it's your turn
We
now.
don't.
I have technically
We
2
don't.
experiences. So
But how is that your first time? It's two
Pick one that's a
experiences.
first.
Again, there's the one
First
where you
one.
smoked, and
you
there's
want
the
me
one
to
where you got
choose
high.
one?
First one
Oh
you
god,
got
because I'm the
high.
dumbass.
It was supposed to be the first time you got high.
All right, so I will choose the one with my buddy D-Moore. What's up,
Because I got
D-Moore?
Shout out to D-Bor.
D-Moore, you've been doing
D-Moore
your own
Lokes.
shit with your fucking own podcast shit. Anyway.
D-Moore will be on here next week.
But so what ended up happening is he lived in Silver Creek. So we went to Silver Creek where, you know, it's fucking, they have fucking security going around for no fucking reason because it's too many rich
People live there.
Yeah, like it's
That's
no
why we didn't go to
criminals. Why does it
Silver Creek.
fucking matter?
They don't want stupid kids smoking near their house.
Pretty much.
Annoying.
So
Hurts
we
the property
went
value.
and my buddy had like this bush area where he hid his pipe and shit. And
You
so
guys
we went
wandered
down
into the
there.
bush.
We wandered the bush and it was great. So we went there and we smoked and shit. And while we were smoking,
What'd you smoke?
Oregano.
smoked weed. We smoked
Tobacco.
weed because it
Saliva.
was Silver Creek, so it's
Aaron.
rich people. They can get that shit. But like, so we smoked weed, and then he ends up asking me like, "Dude, did you just see that Asian person walk by?" And I look at the trail by us, and I'm like, "Yeah."
Is Jackie Chan?
And then I look at him, and I'm like, "Wait, I didn't see fucking anybody."
There's
You're not
nothing
just being
here.
He was
racist?
seeing
Yeah.
shit. No, he was just seeing shit.
I
You
saw
said
something.
yeah, though.
You didn't
I
see
saw
anything,
something.
man.
Well, because I was
see
fucking
anything.
high. Like,
Well,
I
I
was
heard
like, "Yeah."
I
Oh
heard
wait,
something.
what? No.
Well, I saw something.
And then we went to McDonald's, and that was a fucking trip because
These-
he thought he got like seen by someone who lives by his house. So instead of sitting up straight in my fucking car, he had his ass up. And I was like, that's
What
a
the
great way
fuck?
to get noticed by like cops. and
It's cool.
shit.
He's blowing me.
We're right by like.
Don't worry about it, guys. We're
Evergreen.
cool.
It's all good.
I was like, God damn it.
Check it out. You can't believe it, can you?
Mine was not fun at all. Not for anyone.
It was an experience.
I was very drunk.
you were
Felt like I
trash.
really learned.
You did it while you got. Oh, that's okay.
I was definitely high the whole time.
So what did
I
Kyle
was like,
Palmer
is this
do?
how things should be going? Okay.
Yeah, I was at Curtis's house. We were drinking.
It's
So
Kyle
like,
Palmer's.
I hadn't know.
Is that Curtis's with Kyle
You want
Palmer?
to tell the story?
I remember you told me it was Kyle Palmer's.
We were-
Well, one person
Listen.
should tell it.
No,
We
I
were
don't
at-
want to hear this.
We were
anymore.
drinking at Curtis's house, and then after we left Curtis's house, Kyle Palmer was supposed to give me a ride home, or someone who was driving Kyle Palmer was supposed to give me a ride home. So he's like, "Just come with me," and he was living at DeLoss's house.
You're a dirty liar.
And when we went to DeLoss's house, and he's like, "We're gonna smoke weed," and like I was drunk, and I was like, "All right, we're doing it now. Now's the time."
Inhibition
Time
to the
is
wind.
now.
And Inhibition to the wind. And so first I think we smoked like a joint that he had. And like so like okay, and like I coughed a lot and then I threw up like immediately, of course. I threw up. Yeah, and then after that he's like, "Here, have some water." And I drank some water and he's like, "Okay, now we're going to smoke a bowl." And he made a bowl out of blunts, the ends of blunts.
Whoa!
So then, of course, we hit that, and like then I threw up a lot,
Yeah. Yeah.
and like after that, like everything was like spinning, but I had to work in the morning, and so I fucking drove my car from his house to our house, and I remember the whole time I was like, "There's a cop right behind me, like,
Yeah.
be cool."
No matter
be
if there's a
fucker-"
car
like
behind
the
you or
whole
not.
time. There was no one probably behind me. I was probably just
There was
fucking
no
crazy.
lights behind you at all.
Wigging.
You just
But like all I remember
Yeah.
is like because like it's the first time you've had that the weed paranoia and you don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
Oh man, my first
I still
hangover.
get it
My first like
sometimes.
real hangover with work.
But you could at least
I
be like,
worked
"It's
with
weed.
my cousin at
It's the weed."
Sears. I worked with my cousin at Sears.
Megan?
I work. Come on, be name dropping like that.
She's your cousin. I didn't last name
Could have
drop
been a
her.
lot of different. It says his cousin. That's kind of narrows the choice.
We only said your first name on this
Shit
podcast.
balls!
Like, we want me to
She
do.
definitely doesn't listen.
So
So, it's cool.
I'm working at Sears and like I go out drinking with Lindsay and Tim.
Oh, you'll name drop them.
Yeah,
Oh,
because you're
fuck
doing it
them.
with my cousin Megan. I'm trying to protect my friends, but now I feel like I don't need to.
Now you can't protect anybody.
Fuck everyone's on.
So
the
I
table.
go out with them, and
Tim
I
Morris.
get way too drunk, like puking drunk. We drank Bacardi Gold. It was terrible.
Yeah.
We came home at 3.
remember this
We
story.
came home at 3 in the morning. I had work at fucking 7.
No thanks.
I went to bed after I got home after puking out the side of the door on my own curb. I went into the house, destroyed the table. I made so much noise on the way in.
Your mom.
Told my mom. I probably told my mom some shit
Did
like
she
I
make
made
you-
bed now, sleep by, like some shit like you couldn't even discern.
Isn't that when she made you breakfast in the morning?
No. That was
different time?
actually at the Hilton. I think
That
we
was
might
a
have talked
different
about
time
this a little
she
bit.
felt bad
We
for
could tell
him.
that in a minute. But so I go and I do that. I just crashed into bed. Nothing happened in the way of like paying attention, being mindful of work. I didn't set an alarm at all.
Oh fuck.
Hashtag
You know that
fuck
you know
it.
that part in SpongeBob where like Squidward, like SpongeBob's annoying Squidward, and he pretends to be Squidward's pillow, and he says "Good night, Squidward," and he goes "Good night, SpongeBob," and then he like closes
His
his
eyes
and then his
open.
eyes open, but when his eyes
It-
do,
it
it's
shatter.
like a shatter of
Yeah.
glass. That's exactly how I woke up the next morning.
Everything hurts.
And I've had this happen to me a couple of times. My brain immediately went, smash glass. Went, you're fucking high. Time for work. What time is it? Look at the clock. 6:15. I have 45 minutes to work. My job is 5 minutes down the road. I got this. I get to work. The truck is
got his
late. We're
shit
supposed to unload a
together.
truck at 7 a.m. The truck is 3 hours late.
Damn.
I feel like a sack of shit. My cousin Megan comes in an hour after I do, and she notices this. And she is a saint. Jerry, our boss, comes in and fucking is like, talking to everybody, and he needed to talk to me, and she saw it, and she covered for me, told him I was really sick, that I wasn't doing very well, that I was gonna call out, but you didn't want to use the PTO or whatever,
Yeah.
kind of thing. And this dude came up to me later, and he said, he says, "Hey, I just want to thank you for coming into work today. I heard you weren't
Yeah.
feeling very well."
Good shit.
And
Yeah.
the truck comes in. My shift is supposed to be 7 to 3. Truck comes in at 10. He says, "You know what? We got 4 people here right now. Go ahead, go home."
Damn.
Says go home.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Come
Hilton
up.
story that you were talking about where my mom made me food. Oh my God, it was great. It was a similar situation. We had partied all night for Anthony's birthday. Austin, we had all kinds of you made a sack that night. Remember you
Oh,
made that
yeah, I
you got
got
no, you
that
got to
fucking-
you got to tackle.
You gotta
yeah.
tackle.
You got to tackle.
You gotta tackle.
Austin
that,
was
man.
puking at the light rail station before
Okay,
we
you
got
gotta
home.
tackle.
We were that kind of tossed up. So I wake
We're gonna
up.
fight that homeless guy on the
Oh my
train.
God, yeah.
I was like, are we gonna have to fight this guy right now?
Yeah, dude, Austin's falling
He
asleep.
was like going,
I'm thinking this
fuck.
guy's
Oh, yeah,
trying
he
to fight
told
us,
me.
and Raptor's trying to tell us to cool down. I'm about to fight this homeless dude, and Austin's just like, yeah, he's ready for it because he's half asleep. He doesn't know
Hey,
what's going on.
So what's up then? That was
Yeah,
that?
yo, what's up there or whatever. Like you yelled some shit at the guy. You didn't. You were
said,
half
"Damn it."
asleep.
I
You
said-
had just finished puking. You were done. So there was nothing happening.
Yeah,
there.
you were like passing
But
out.
anyway, so I wake up the next day and like I go back home. And it's like 7 in the morning, and my mom's like, "Oh, you're home early," and I was like, "Yeah, I don't feel, I'm fucking hungover, whatever." I don't even remember what I said,
AIDS.
but I go back home, and then I wake up at like 2 in the afternoon, and my mom made me fucking cheese fries. She baked fries, extra crispy with cheese on them, and she says, "I didn't put any
Fucking
bacon
home
on there."
hookup,
'cause-"
dog.
She goes, "I didn't put any bacon on there because I didn't know if your stomach would be okay with it."
Apologizing and
Damn,
shit.
Mom, you're the
But
best.
She says, "But I thought you might
You're
want
the best,
something."
though.
I thought you might want something to eat.
Damn.
That she didn't say.
Yeah.
She didn't say, "Bryce, were you drinking last night?" She said, "I thought you might want something to eat."
That's a fucking given.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, dude. She read that shit like a book from beginning to end and was like, you know what? There is no point in asking him if he drove safe. He's clearly home right now.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Yeah, he came home at 7 in the morning,
That's the only time I probably ever like blacked out, and it was only from the light rail. I remember puking, walking to the light rail station, and then I remember waking up in my bed the next morning.
Oh, yeah,
and
dude.
then
That,
you,
that
told,
night
you
was.
told me that like some fucking homeless dude is sitting there like mumbling to himself.
He was-
and
yeah,
yelling.
he wasn't
And so I
about-
stood up and I was like,
Cussing and looking at you.
and I was
Yeah.
like, so what's up then? Or
Yeah.
some shit.
Well, because I was
Sit
making
down,
a
dude.
fuss.
I'm gonna have to fight him. Sit down.
I made a
I
fuss.
don't want to
and
fight
then
this
you-
fucking smelly ass motherfucker.
It's funny because that's not really me on like on
No.
on any
I,
other.
I was
night.
I was trying to wake you
Well, you're
up.
fucking like a
Apparently
kid
I'm
and
just-
you're fucking drunk.
I'm just fucking ready to fight this dude.
We really were. We were so wasted though, but it's like the million other times we had been. It just never got that far.
Wait,
Yeah.
how many fights have you guys been in?
None.
85.
85 in total.
Many battles.
100 million? I don't know.
Well, the good thing about
One, and
being
I was a
the
baby
good
kid.
thing about being this big is
Yeah.
most people just don't want to fight.
Well, I
know.
also it's also allowed me to gain the understanding of calming the situation if I'm ever even like it's. I've never really been in like a.
It would definitely be the last option.
I've never been the
Yep.
guy one getting
Like
having a.
actual
I've never.
having-
There's nothing
You'd be
you could do.
negotiating at
Well,
first
I can
or
usually
something.
I can usually stop it before it even gets to them getting in my face because then like my bad, dude. Like I don't care saying sorry even if I know it wasn't wrong.
Yeah,
I don't
my
care.
ego isn't that big.
You
I
just
don't give a
want to keep
shit.
going
like,
on with your life.
And
Like,
I came here to drink at this thing. I don't want to fight you. It's fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous.
The closest
Sorry,
What
I
are we
Step on your
fucking
shoe.
apes? Do you want to fucking beat our chests and look at each other?
the closest I've ever
Fuck you.
The closest I've ever been is stopping like friends of mine from getting in fights, and I get in front of the guys about to my fucking blackout drunk friend right here decides that he's talking shit to whoever, and
Yep.
so I get in between, and like I get into the guy's face, it's like, hey man, he's an idiot. Don't go to jail. Don't waste your time fighting him.
Yeah.
Turn to my friends.
You
Like,
got
you're a
another
fucking
proof here,
idiot.
man. It's fine.
We need to leave now because you're gonna get us all fucking thrown in jail because you want to start a fight, and we're your friends, so we're probably gonna end up backing you up at
Yeah.
some point if we came up and we decided
You
to
got to
get
be
your ass
careful,
kicked.
dude. You got to be careful.
But I don't really. I avoid.
Stay out of the middle of that
I'm not
stuff.
the person.
It's
to, like,
really.
Yeah,
it's
no.
guy
really
bumps
like.
either.
me. It's like whatever, dude. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I
don't
feel like
care.
I feel like because
We're
it's
more
like
Canadian than
security
Who
anything.
gives a shit?
and like working with the handicapped people. Like
Yeah,
if
that
I got to
helps.
fight, my first inclination would not be to punch you in the face. I would get you in some like hold, like
Yeah.
where you're like your fucking hands like this. That was the best one. Like if you want to fucking incapacitate someone, like if someone's beating up your
Head
fucking
and
friend,
arm.
hand under one of their arms, and then one behind their head. So like one of their arms is like this, and the other one's like
One's
like this in the
and
fucking air.
Yep.
And like you look like a jackass if you're trying to fight me because like you're gonna have to go like this, and I have all the control here. Like it's really not that hard to do too. Like just to walk up on someone and go.
And it
Seen
definitely.
you do it.
it
So
definitely
that
helps,
would be my thing. Like it would
Seen
be a
him do it.
situation where like I have you on the ground and my fat ass is sitting on top of you, and you feel like an idiot because you try to punch me,
Yeah.
and like you're get the fuck off me, you fucking fat fuck.
That's right. Security was.
And
the
I would
one-
not because you tried to hit me.
Security was probably the only time that ever those situations ever happened. Even
Thankfully.
even being in a bar, that's the whole thing. It definitely helps that I'm bigger, and so even if like another bigger guy bumps me, he's got to think about whether he's like if he's
implications.
He
got
doesn't
that-
fucking know me.
If he's
I could
got
be
that-
crazy,
If he's
and I'm
that-
also huge.
Yeah, if he's that ego asshole who's like, fucking, I'm gonna kick whoever's ass, he's really got to act. He sees me, and I'm probably as tall as him, if not bigger than him, and he's got to really think like, could this guy potentially? And it's like maybe I couldn't, but at the same, I would.
Maybe you
At the same
could.
time, I also
It'll
know
probably
how
happen
to
at some point in your life.
I also know how to
Go nuts.
I've been in close.
Yeah, I know how to
situations.
de-escalate. Like
I know how to de-escalate.
if he's yelling at me,
I'll
drop
say
your
s-
voice to regular tone of voice. It's the greatest thing. If someone's screaming at you, start talking to them just like this, like
Hey,
this,
man, what's going
because
on?
it makes
And
you
then watch
wanna,
for a
it-
right hook.
It makes you
Or right
want to lower
cross.
your voice.
Keep your whereabouts.
Obviously, yeah. Don't be an
the,
idiot.
The big one is like I'm willing to say, especially in like a fucking at a bar and the guy's trash and he thinks I bumped him, wants to start a fire, thinks I fucking did talk to his girl. or some
Fucking
shit.
punch my girl.
I'm willing to say sorry.
punched her.
I'm
I
willing to
punched
say
her in the
sorry,
head.
even if I know in those situations, even if I know I'm 100% right, just because.
Yeah, who cares?
Who cares about my ego? And if he goes and tells his friends that pussy said he's sorry, didn't fight me. Yeah, I don't care, dude.
Cool. I'm
Go-
still getting drinks at the bar.
Yeah, go think you're awesome.
Yeah,
Go-
my night is not over now. Like I'm not gonna get arrested because
Yeah.
my ego is so big that I have to fight you like a fucking ape.
I'm gonna go pay
Like that's all I.
$14 for
Every
a double
time,
shot.
every time you see two jackasses fight and they take their fucking shirts off,
Stupid.
all I ever think is like, you are a fucking orangutan right now.
Yeah.
Like, oh, let me show you how big my muscles are. Oh. It's like, why did you just take your shirt off, you jackass?
It is to eliminate the pull. It's so they can't grab onto you.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
But
why
it's-
they
But
do
you
it.
still
It
look
is.
like a fucking ape.
What are you really gonna do? I always tell people too, like when there was this one dude on my feed who was like, hey, he's a gay guy, and he was basically saying that like there was a person at the gay club who like said that I wasn't being sensitive to transgenders or some shit, and that like him and his friends are gonna see me at the club.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, dude, really? I was like, well, so how many friends do you have? Do you have any friends? And he was like, well, I have a lot of friends. I was like, well, if
Yeah,
you
you probably
just
take
show
them.
them all the messages he sent you, they'll probably roll with you that night when you decide to go.
At the very least,
At the very least,
stand
right?
behind
And
you.
then the very worst is like the very worst is like, okay, first of all, don't give them the fight. Like, don't ever give them the fight.
Well, don't
And if they really want to sucker punch you and like knock you out while you're not paying attention and not actually physically like, all right, let's go and solve this, you know. If they wanted to get in that kind of fight and sucker punch you and you go out, hey, just be willing to take it, dude. Just remember that realistically speaking, most people after they knock your ass out, they stand over you. They give you a couple kicks. You might break a rib. You might break your
on who it
nose.
is. If they're a psycho, they
This
fucking
person
keep
is
going.
probably not a psycho. They are literally a goofy transgender or gay or bisexual or whatever
you
person.
gotta be careful,
and they have
though.
they have a complex. Of course.
Definitely gotta be careful.
But
You
you
might
gotta
have a
gotta
hate
realize
crime case
most
on your
most.
side.
Well, I mean, maybe like
They might
it's,
have
it's
a knife.
two
Shanky,
a
shanky.
transgender
They might have a knife. They might have
crimes
bisexual
against
gay
the white
guy
man, right?
fights another transgender bisexual gay guy. I don't know how you fight that as a hate crime or not.
White cis man.
The thing
My,
to be
my
careful
point is,
for, they
realistically
might have a
speaking,
knife
you're not
or a
gonna.
weapon.
Realistically speaking, you're not going. That's not going to happen. That's
Probably
not what
not.
most crime is. Most crime is just physical attack, and it usually ends up with people getting arrested, not dead.
Impulsive attacks.
Yeah, for
Yes, it's
assault
very.
battery.
It's usually very basic. Someone goes to the hospital for a broken arm, and that's about the end of it.
Most people, if
You're not
like,
gonna
they knock
die.
you out, they're probably done now.
You're not going to have irreparable damage. You might be in that 5% category where like you get hit the wrong
That's
way,
scary.
and
that's
you
what I
miss
always
that.
worry about. Like if
That's
someone
why you
wants to
look-
fight
that's
me,
why
like
you
talking
look
about
for the
like
sucker
man
punch.
on man? What about
I'm talking about
man
anybody on
woman?
anybody. You like if you
Because
ever
there's the
feel-
possibility of rape at that point.
we're not talking about rape. Yeah, I'm
One at
talking
a
about
time.
a person that was threatened.
talking about fights.
I'm talking about a gay guy that was threatened by a transgender person and saying like, "Me and
Okay.
my friends
I-
will see you at the
Completely
club."
different
I
subject.
do definitely fight women. Like,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. Equality.
Equality.
I'll fucking whip
Well,
him.
that's the-
Hey,
You
I'll
want the
punch
vote?
you.
I'm gonna
punch
punch
me,
you in the
motherfucker.
face.
Before we go any further, I'm his manager. If you would like to submit
Yeah.
your eligibility to fight Big
Come
Chris
at me,
Raptor.
bitches.
Big-
Let's
big-
box.
All the
they
bitches.
call him Heavy Hands Chris,
Bitches
and
and
he
hoes.
comes at you with them things whirling. Ladies,
does
if
it
you
wrong,
want to
he
fight
does it
him,
backwards.
I
he's
was
gonna
telling him,
donkey
hey,
punch is a new thing now.
If a
Yeah.
bitch wants to look at me wrong, I'm gonna smack her ass around.
Yeah, he's part of the No Ma'am group started by Al Bundy.
We don't hit women. I just want to let everyone know because
Disclaimer: we never.
Y'all
hit
don't-
women,
we
but,
don't- we never smoke.
women hit
We don't-
back.
We don't smoke weed. We don't hit
see,
women.
that's the biggest. That's those fucked. When you see those videos where like you get that girl who's getting a little fucking nutty and she starts swinging a dude, and then like he hits her fucking. He gets pissed.
He
and
gets the good one.
swings back and like he catches her.
Oh, my
and,
favorite
like,
is when she looks at him like,
everyone- yeah.
It's like, at what point, like, am you just I'm supposed to let you hit me?
To a certain degree, yes, but like there's a certain point
You
where like,
do, like, you really do, like,
you're catching him in the spot.
as a guy, your best move in that situation is just to run away like a bitch.
that's
like
the-
that's
yeah.
all you got,
Yep.
because
Run
you're
away
gonna
or-
lose no
that's
matter
what-
what happens.
That's where that head
Yeah,
that head and arm
unfortunately.
would be might be. You
Oh,
might
yeah.
be able to explain that.
Yeah,
a
that
little
would
better
probably be my
than a
move.
reactionary punch. You
like
might be
a
able
girl
to
trying to hit me.
flip her around, throwing her head and
I
arm
didn't
or
hurt you. You just
something.
look like an
Yeah.
idiot right now. Your hands up in
You
the air and you're
swung-
doing this
yeah.
number.
Half Nelson, baby.
You took a swing on me, and so I stopped you, and I didn't hit you back. I stopped you from.
Took a
swinging
few
on me.
shots
Yeah,
before I
that's
could get
definitely
this
the move.
thing.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I
when
heard.
any kind of person thinks they can hit another
Cry
person
myself
and
to
like
sleep every
shouldn't have like any reaction happen, like when like the shit comes back and they're like, "Oh my, why would you do that to me?" It's like you were fucking an asshole starting it. That's really not even a little bit. It's a whole lot on you from there.
That's what I'm saying is like if someone's threatening you and you're gonna put yourself in the position to like accept that threat, like if he decided to go to the club, I would say first of all try to protect yourself, bring your friends, like I said. But even
your
then,
wife, yeah.
like if you're gonna put yourself in that position again, if you want to prove that you're not scared, like you got to be willing to take the sucker punch, be ready for it to either like get out of the situation or like just be able to take it like a goddamn man, even if you're a woman.
How much is
Because
it?
someone's gonna try to sucker punch you because they's a bitch.
Just take it, like, just take the hit.
There's no, yeah, you have to. You can't sit there and worry about it if you're gonna put yourself in the position. Unfortunately, you're responsible for yourself. You decided to go to the club that night, and so I told them I was like, listen, if they want to fight, don't give it to them. And if you're afraid of a sucker punch, just be ready for it. Like it's probably gonna happen.
Which is so funny.
And if that
'cause
sucker punch comes in, go and you're able to not get knocked out and you feel it and that's enough for you to begin self-defense mode, flick that switch, man. Go fucking ape shit.
That or if you
beat them to the ground until they're done moving and then you walk away. You're done. Like go fucking crazy. Don't be afraid to let loose a little bit. Don't go like eat their face off or anything like that. But like you protect yourself. This person just attacked you. Like you got to remember, you put yourself in the situation again.
And
It's this situation.
I guess
I'm
the
talking about a specific situation. You
I
got to
guess
realize
the
that.
difference is the fact that like men are socialized different than women, so women are not gonna fucking go gun ho.
It's not my
on
fault.
someone.
You're flawed. It's not my fault.
So
I mean, whether
on,
you want to call it flawed or not, the situation is that we're socialized differently. So men are gonna be like, fuck you. I'm gonna fucking fight you, and women are gonna be like,
When someone says
not
they're gonna
entirely
fight you,
true.
even as a woman, you gotta realize someone is trying to fight you.
All right.
But,
and
yeah.
On that
well,
note, on
hold
beating up
Austin's
women,
gonna do it.
on that ass beating, that properly provoked ass beating. I think we're gonna wrap it up here with hanging from the rafters.
yeah.
You're gonna bring you down here and with the
Wait, before you go,
Break
before you
free.
That's
break
what you wanna go
free,
with?
we gotta make sure we
Can I
mention
do a
one more
DJ
time.
hold on, we
request?
got
We gotta make sure to mention
Superstition
one more
by Stevie
time. We
Wonder.
had our second edition of You Sing and You Sing Good with
you
Owen
sing good.
Very
Owen Meany's
superstitious.
batting stance.
Writings
Daniel
on the
Walker.
wall.
We'll have that up later.
Yeah,
Austin, please
bring it.
take us out. Break us free.
Very superstitious.
gotta do that.
Writings on the wall. I don't. That's the only part I know from that.
13-month-old
Don't
baby.
I just told you need you now to
You
be
don't understand.
yourself. Superstitions and the way.